Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me? Hello.
Welcome
to Friday Night Lights. Woo! We did it. We did it.
Honestly, just getting the show started feels like we should just stop now. We've already.
It was my first time, okay?
That's what she said.
Unlikely story.
I've
never done this before, I promise. Not with anyone else.
Seriously.
Is that Perry Chan? That's makes that the first.
Yes, that is Perry Chan, the great Perry
Right, so,
Chan.
hey, listen.
God damn it.
Rumble.
I wish I got to him for you.
Rumble's apparently not working. So
What?
yeah.
No. Did I do it wrong? Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Probably didn't update.
Oh no, I forgot. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I forgot to hit this
I
live.
wish we would have had like the last 10 minutes like recorded somewhere.
Don't make me hire white people,
Rumble.
okay?
Yeah, like, seriously, that's what I'm saying. Like, you hired a minority that's supposed to be smart, right? And like that one can't figure it out. You got one that's just barely fucking black enough to say he's a minority. He can't fucking figure it out. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, sorry, Rumble. We're live now. This is my first time doing the FNT stream, and I totally buried it.
Oh my.
Oh, whoa.
That's the reality. All these people had to be hired because Gary couldn't figure it out by himself.
None of them are perfect, just better than Gary.
I need to hire some Indian guy.
I just need everybody to understand Ryan is extra angry because of the air conditioning.
waterfall
up against his head.
Bro, it's 83 degrees
Yo,
in my house right now.
It's 83. I would be very angry, Ryan.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's actually central air here, and I'm still too hot right now because I just went outside. It's too hot here.
Yeah. My central air has it at 72 degrees, and
83,
I'm not angry.
8.3, which is 0.3 higher than what Ryan gave the Batman that he apparently hated. So
I hated the Batman, dude. Ryan, I'm with you on that. I don't like that at all.
Here's the thing, Kurt. I liked the movie, but because I made some in my like 15-minute out of the theater ramble when I was sitting in my car looking racist as fuck. Like I made some comment about how it was kind of like on the nose
For
how
current
a lot
day
of
Hollywood.
protagonist characters,
Yeah.
like from modern day Hollywood, that like they race swapped a couple people, but it was only the quote unquote protagonist. It's like little on the nose, but I liked the movie overall. And these fucking black Twitter freaks, they fucking just clipped that out. They say this guy hated the Batman because I had black people, and I'm like, I fucking liked it. I guess the biggest lie that's out there.
You know what? Wait, while you were saying that, Ryan, all I could think of was that J.J. Abrams Star Wars Episode 1 where he's screaming about that beam that's going to blow up all the planets. Downhill Gleason, the guy who plays. That's what it reminds me of. Like you were hollering to stormtroopers.
TFA.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, me
yeah,
standing in front, like with a bunch of red.
Hey, race swapping.
Yeah.
Exact. That's kind of how I said it. So that's maybe why I got the heat. But
These black freaks.
hey,
I'm not the one that shrank fucking Finn in the poster. Okay, they're the ones that tried to shrink the black man for China
and covered up Chadwick Boseman's face.
That's a fair point. They always want to be shrinking up the black man for China.
Little Mermaid, very blue.
I always wondered who the sad old, like there's an old black guy that has to shrink black people off the posters for China that works in the back. Get off that poster. You ain't supposed to be on that poster.
It's Joe Biden.
Do you guys
Chinese people don't want to see you.
You ain't black. You ain't black. I gotta get.
Do you guys
He's
remember
on the poster? They just put him on the back.
when Black Panther was out? I don't know if you guys remember this. Chadwick Boseman was given some fake ass award that was coordinated through freaking Disney in China as the most popular actor in China.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what they did for that poster? They covered his face.
They covered his face, and then they give him this award.
Do it on. Can you
I
imagine
thought
the
it would
Chinese
be-
going into that movie and suddenly getting surprised? It's like what?
Did they cover his face with a picture of John Cena?
Maybe. I'm so sorry.
How many Chinese people got tricked to go into that movie thinking it wasn't about a black person?
Well, they'll go to a they'll go to a black person movie, but you can't become a citizen or marry into a family there. I mean, but they like basketball and all that kind of stuff.
They like to be entertained by them, but not like welcome them into their culture. That's what you're saying.
I mean, they feel that way about you too. It's not
they do.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
they
like,
do.
No offense, you're not Chinese. Is how they are. That's how I describe it.
When Chinese people come here, they see a fucking blonde baby and they freak the hell out like it's a celebrity.
Dude, when I was there was a show that was on the Chinese TV. I don't even know what channel it was, but it was everything was either about a mean Japanese general in World War II versus some young Chinese guy, or there's a show with this chubby white guy who looks like Patrick Tomlinson, and he's got a baby, like a little white baby, and he's like playing with his baby, and then it's like a laugh track, but it's like Chinese ladies going, "Oh," it's just him. Come on, time to play. And then they go, oh, it's like a half-hour show.
We need a clip of this.
And then the next episode is you have another baby and they're forced to throw it in the gutter.
No, they got two child policy now.
There you go.
That wasn't working out.
Third child goes to the factory. The factory.
Right.
So this is getting demonetized.
Oh,
it's embracing other cultures. What's wrong with that?
Listen, can I tell you something? Relations are at an all-time high. We're making viruses over there again. It's all good, man.
It's all good.
It's all been healed.
We
Connecting.
can talk about other cultures if you want. We can talk about what's going on in the UK.
When I was there doing comedy, I didn't have enough race stuff for that. That's what they like, is racial jokes.
Really?
I don't really have a lot of that. They're weird about sex and they don't like to talk about religion. Obviously, it's China, but they're like, why don't you do more they say racist. Like, you don't mean that. That's what you mean.
Yes, they do.
As an ethno state, it makes sense for them to be a bit
Are you talking about the UK or China? Because
China.
Yes.
Dude, when I went to UK, I can't believe that you guys are. No, not New Zealand. Shad's not from there.
I can.
2011, when I went, it was like, I was like, oh, they don't have no kind of shit how we have. It's very different. Like I banged a Nigerian model my first night there that I would never get here, dude. Just all okay. And then later, then I started watching why do they care? Now they're like, why would they care about George Floyd or something? It was some weird thing. Where
we had attempts at riots. There was Boyega. He kind of tried to lead one of them to talk about sort of the oppressed groups in the UK.
Yep, I remember that.
You're in movies. How oppressed are you?
Then they oppressed his character in Star Wars.
They're called Somali. The Jamaicans look down on them, and the Nigerians look down on all of them. Kenyan Nigerians at top of the heap, from what I saw, and then mid is Jamaican, and then below that is Somali. They treat Somalis horrible. There was a kid that was singing on the show. It was a black comedy show, so half the people were music, and this kid, he was real nice, QB, and they hated him. And I couldn't tell why I hated him so much. I think because he was Somali. And I stayed in touch always. People were cool as shit. I liked them. The guys ran the tour. And Q, I would see on Facebook. And then one day he gets real religious. And I didn't put this together for many years. But he goes, hey, I replaced my Somaliland flag with the black flag of the Islamic State today. There's a black flag with a little, okay. And I was like, what the hell happened with Q? And I was making jokes. And people were like, told me they're going to kill me.
They do that, yeah.
And Q was like, no, my brother's, he's cool. So 4 or 5 years later, I finally dawned on me that was the ISIS flag. Dude, I think he joined ISIS from that tour because he bombed so much.
Oh, wow.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Tights with our guest. You know him from his stand-up. You know him from Jimmy Dore, Joe Rogan, hanging out with Kyle Dunnigan. You know him as Kurt Metzger or Kerp. Welcome, man.
Thanks. I have Kerp still. I forgot to change it.
No, I think Kerp is good. Another thing I forgot to bring up, X-Ray Girl, if you could find, oh boy, it's out there. Maybe Ryan can help. Snowflake and Safe Space. You help put that on the map. I mean, it put itself on the map. The new Warriors. This is 4 years ago, by the way.
Your boy Zach sent me some pages of it.
Yeah, somebody finally got a PDF of it, and we can certainly look at a page of it.
Okay, the first. So he emailed me, I keep calling you boy Zach, but Richard, I guess. But he emailed me just the intro, the first 4 panels, and I sent him a series of because I just looked at one and I was like, oh my god, and I kept sending him stuff like, this is your fault that I've collapsed into myself from. I showed just the first 4 panels. There are each one is.
We'll show him. We'll look him up, and we'll show him. Your boy Zach out there finally got it. It's too bad he turned down Joe Rogan for that appearance, but you know.
Well, he don't care about
Nah, he doesn't care about that stuff.
He doesn't like and by the way, all these like things that they're ruining, they were always just like for propaganda, probably MK Ultra and later Monarch programming. So, don't be too attached to them. I always feel like it's like a big favor to me that they ruined all these things that I kind of liked, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then you realize, like, why are they holding on to this so hard? The propaganda value of it is always
absolutely. Oh, we'll get into a little article later that it's also, yes, it's propaganda, but now the entities involved in fortification from a few years ago are now fighting with each other, which is wonderful.
Yeah, you can see it.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. So we'll get in that because the Hollywood's going after. The article says Elon, but it's way more than that. So
and they divide. I read that article, and it's funny how they divide shit where they're like, it's tech versus Hollywood. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
A lot of crossover, and the people that listed Hollywood is like, it's like what's cool on the one side. David Geffen's yacht is the cool party. That's a floating Epstein Island, but like way worse. Whatever the fuck that is. I promise you.
Yes. So we'll get into that, and it's a cringe article. That's why we're covering it. Kurt, you didn't watch Borderlands. Most people didn't watch Borderlands. Disparu and I watched Borderlands.
You did?
Yes, I did.
People don't appreciate the work you guys have to put in. I had Az on my old podcast, and he was watching that Batman. I had him on with Shane Gills. By the way, Shane on that one said that Batwoman or Batgirl's arch enemy should be a man of average strength. So awesome. As like, it was funny because as we watch every episode, I'm like, dude, it's almost BDSM because they want to see you be hurt by watching this.
It's exactly like that.
They want to see it. Like, it is, I mean, it's really very OnlyFansy. Is like, I don't even want to watch most shit anymore. I'd rather watch people describing it or mocking it.
Yep. Hey, and rest in peace, Az. God rest his soul.
R.I.P.
Is he dead?
R.I.P. Yeah, he died. He died a month ago.
He got AIDS.
I believe it was Oscar.
It's from Batwoman.
Yeah.
He choked on a giant cock.
It was monkeypox.
So, yeah.
What was that? Oh my God! What was that super chat on Tuesday night's main event, Jeremy? The Beardo doesn't.
Oh,
the banana one.
Yeah, he doesn't eat he doesn't eat bananas for the taste, he eats it for the shape or something like that.
Wait, what? Who said that?
It was a super chat on our show on Tuesday. He's like, Beardo doesn't eat bananas for the taste, he eats it for the shape.
I almost died.
That was our high school motto.
Private school.
Yeah,
private.
A really good private school.
Wow.
That banana super chat like killed me, dude. I was dead.
I was
for like
dead.
10 minutes. I was dead.
Yo, do you remember that when what's his name, James O'Keefe went to some Chicago private schools, like $40,000 a year, and the guys talk about how they hands out butt plugs to the kids.
Oh, we have
what?
Because
and the guy and he goes, "Don't you think your parents be mad?" He goes, "What? It's gay sex." It looks like a sketch. But I was laughing.
Yeah.
The English private schools go back hundreds of years, so they've had a long time to build up the most messed up traditions ever. And it came out that
they have the best
prime
butt
minister.
plugs.
Our prime minister at the time, one of the things that he did was he shagged a pig's head.
Oh, they did a Black Mirror episode on that.
Yes. Now we didn't know that at the time; it hadn't come out, but I think he knew.
Oh yeah,
he looked very much like Cameron. That guy.
Dude, since the great Cecil Rhodes, that's been a tradition of some weird, like hazing gay thing. Like Cecil Rhodes is really the guy. The whatever people think the Illuminati is. That motherfucker is the one who started the whole thing.
It's all hazing, gazing.
Dude, it don't matter what the belief system is. It's always going to end up being either like a deep throat cult or some kind of gay thing. It don't matter what the religion. If it gets too private, or it could be intelligence agency, it always ends in butt fucking and
Blackadder has jokes about it, about in private schools
Yes!
they use people
Yes!
arses as a toast rack.
I was just bringing it
I
up.
thought it was amazing.
Man, I love that show, Blackadder.
Team America
Hell
got
yes.
something right. Come on, Gary.
I was trying to pitch like an American version of that back when I gave a shit about that, and it was like a guy who manages a mid-level steakhouse, but he's really ambitious. And then I bully, it shows me bullying everyone down the chain, and like nobody gets why Blackadder's good. Like I don't understand like a villain guy who's like middle but wants to be on top. It was amazing trying to pitch that. There's no way you can make it.
Yeah, for all these like weird, whether they're like little cultish groups or whatever, that probably should be the final initiation. You're forced to have gay sex with each other.
That is the final. You Mitch nailed it. That's the eye on the pyramid.
Because then you can't tell anybody about it, because then you reveal that you got fucked in the ass.
Yes,
So
that's how our government works. That's exactly right. Here, I'm going to give you 33rd degree Mason knowledge, the ultimate secret. Ready? A hole's a hole. That's what you learn. You're going to get tippy top. If you go at the top and bottom of society, one lesson: a hole's a hole.
4th week in a row demonetized, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's.
I think
YouTube goes through sensitive periods, and we're in a sensitive period right now. Very sensitive.
So, are we officially demonetized already?
We will be. I promise you.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me know when it actually turns, so then we can talk about Muslim rape gangs. So.
Oh, that's for the bonus hour.
We weren't. We are now.
Let me ask you something. Because
Add it to the schedule.
I remember back when that started, the grooming gang thing. That's when I was working for Sasha Cohen, and but before that was Jimmy Savile. Like, do you think they would do anything about a Muslim rape game when Jimmy Savile and King Charles and Lord Mountbatten all have black berets that aren't related to the military, that they just have for so 2 of them guys, we know what they do.
Another guy just went down. Who just went down? Disparu. The presenter.
Hugh Edwards was the most recent one. I think there was also somebody else at the BBC that's just went down as well. Like, Hugh Edwards was a news presenter since like 2004 or something. He's been around for like
Was that the
years.
guy who tried to
Everybody
do
knew him.
Did he try to do a Jim McGreevy, I'm a gay American? Like, he tried to be like, oh, I have to tell my wife I'm gay, but it was actually like a real young guy. But he kind of
he pulled the Kevin Spacey thing, huh?
Yeah, he pulled the Kevin Spacey thing.
You ever seen Kevin Spacey's brother?
Like, Philip Schofield got in trouble for it as well. They keep coming out of the newspaper. At this point, I'd just assume if you're at the BBC, that's enough of a question mark.
Yo, they're not gonna. Why would they care about foreign rape gangs when the entire upper levels of UK are that boy handlers?
There was an official report into that said the reason why the police.
What's a Tell's term? Attell calls him boy handling.
I like to call them child enthusiasts.
Yes.
I just like to say Kevin Spacey deserves a shot for season 6 of House of Cards.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Spacey's law, man.
No. Season 6. Jeremy,
just say that you're gay and everything's good.
Jeremy, season 6 of House of Cards is happening right now. It's called
It is
America.
happening. I know.
And it's a hard season of. Robot Head pointed this out. It's a really tough season to follow. The narrative structure is kind of falling apart.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I am willing to sacrifice 10 random boys to be chained in Kevin Spacey's basement if we get another good season of House of Cards.
Kick Ryan.
I feel like it's a fair trade-off for the world.
Kick Ryan.
I'm having trouble getting into the season. It's so unbelievable. Who could believe that the Secret Service would step down, like be so incompetent? Let's not.
Who would have
so how I'm trying to figure out
attempt would just be put under the rug after
I know,
just like
right?
a week.
So Borderlands.
By the way, the story of Borderlands was always shit. The jokes were terrible. It was that Randy Bickford guy's sense of like magician humor, which sucks ass. Why would this be good? What chance would this? Because the Telltale games. Is that why you thought it could be good?
As you know, I am a massive gamer.
Master gamer Gary.
I had to ask my son what was the big deal about Borderlands because he played it.
The game was cool, but the story was like.
Is the gameplay that it kind of got its success on then? Because I watched some of the Borderlands movie and that robot thing. Okay, I think he started out somewhat okay, but then got more progressively annoying. And I had to look up the games.
That was just Jack Black.
Yeah, right. I had to look up the games to see
insufferable.
if he was that annoying in the games, and it seems like he's that annoying in the games.
Yes, dude, the last one. The last one, the story was so annoying. I couldn't believe how bad the story was. Like, I don't give a shit. I just wanted to kill shit, but it was so bad. I'm like, do you guys think this is funny what you're doing?
In this, they rip off the story from Captain Marvel, where the hero's main story is just discovering how powerful she was all along. And because the main guy, the villain, is a white guy, obviously, every single white guy in the entire movie is evil, literally.
Yeah.
And because he can't, like, hurt her or defeat her in any way, they have to have a spaceship come over. Now, she's found out that the villain has literally an invincible shield around him, so she can't damage him. So she goes for the spaceship. Not thinking, maybe that's also got a shield around it. So she literally defeats herself by flying into the ship face first and just knocks herself out.
Yeah, and
that sounds great, actually, how you say it.
I wish
Captain Marvel did that.
It's boring trash infused with intersectional feminism. For one, they have Kate Blanchett playing a 55-year-old character as a 30-year-old character. That's the only way logic will even make it happen, because she's there and she's like missing her mother like it was recent. And it's like, yeah, it sucks to lose your parent, but if you consider Kate Blanchett's age and the age she lost her parent, it's been 45 years. 40 years.
Really? Yeah, it's so Lilith is supposed to be like 25 or something.
Yeah, Lilith is 55 in this. That's my age.
Kate Blanchett's 55?
She's 55. By the way, still look better as Galadriel.
I mean, me too.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Would smash. Can I hit that here?
Yes. Yes. Smash that like button if you would smash a 55-year-old Kate Blanchett.
Oh my God.
But I think that's one of the things that killed the movie, that made it dead on arrival for most of the fan base or anyone interested in it. It was like, Lilith is supposed to be this young, attractive, protagonist, and they cast a middle-aged to old, woman
who's missing her mom, who's like it recently happened.
That's crazy. Now that is crazy to miss your mom at age 55 like that. I know people that happened to, and they're 55, and they're like, they have perspective on it by now.
Yes.
And none of the characters' motivations make sense. They literally have, I think she's an Indian woman who leads the army. And so you're like, that's
God,
weird.
With massive lip injections, by the way. I thought her lips she was going to float away with those things.
But she leads the evil military the entire movie until just before she's about to die, and she goes, actually, we can't be mean to these heroes. Turns on her old boss and just immediately dies.
Which was the only time I ever laughed in the entire film.
It's like, well, she can't be a villain. They basically stole Darth Vader's storyline and just did it at record speed. So you had whiplash by the time it finished.
To oversimplify a very oversimplified story, it's the girl who's the key to everything gets usurped by the girl who's the key to everything that does have keys. She actually has keys.
Oh, well, it's a subtle but important difference.
It really is. And
it's like an Olympic.
Did you guys find that it was like a ripoff at all of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, it tried to be it tried to be a lot of things.
Did it have a soundtrack like Guardians?
I mean, who did a
horrible? They got Motorhead in there, but like they did Ace of Spades. It's like, fucking do something.
Yeah, that didn't fit what was happening at all on the screen. That was bizarre.
No, that was a really bizarre choice.
Did you like? I was, and I'll stand on this business, dude.
Stand on it.
So, who did a good Guardians job is whoever the fuck made that Dungeons & Dragons movie. I laughed the whole time at that.
I enjoyed the D&D movie. That was a surprise for me.
Because you know why? It came off like some people that were funny playing D&D. Do you know what I mean? So they captured the game and the fucking. I thought it was pretty funny, dude.
I thought it was pretty fun. Like I didn't have massive problems with it. It didn't take itself very seriously. It did. They were a little bit meta with some of like the references to things you do when you're playing like D&D.
I know. Right.
I guess we'll go to the tavern and talk about it. Okay.
I mean, I was ready to criticize it for some of those plot points, but then it actually does have a meta explanation that happens in games, like the perfect item that you need for this specific problem suddenly appears, or the overpowered NPC just comes in and wrecks everything, and you hate that character, but then he disappears and disappears. Yeah, it was weird.
And I think I remember the marketing for it too. They were kind of like trying to push in the interviews for it that it was like woke and political, and then apparently the film just did not end up being any of that. And so people who actually saw it were like, hey, this is actually good.
That was me. I thought. Because they said that they had fun of, I forget the exact quotation, but, emasculated the lead characters or something like that. But watching it is like, okay, this is actually.
No, he was good in that. And that broad looks like someone that does fight.
Yeah.
The chick that was the fighter,
Michelle
has
Rodriguez.
one of those.
Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, she looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could believe her fighting. She looks like a chick that fights. Like usually when they get like the skinny, the Batman is a famous.
She looks like she's been to women's prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been beat up a few times.
If you watch World Star Hip Hop, the chicks fight harder than the dudes on World Star every time.
Like that movie is actually a really good example of different types of fantasy. Fantasy isn't just all thrown into one kind of block. There are different types, and so having like female characters that are just as strong as the men makes perfect sense for D&D. It's based on a role-playing game, and you go off the stats. But also having like elves that of many different ethnicities and stuff like that makes sense. Put that into Lord of the Rings, doesn't make sense. There's a bit of a difference, and so with D&D, yeah, like it all worked.
Dude, you gotta keep it. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
No,
that's the same with anything. It's you can do basically anything in a movie, anything in a universe that you create, as long as you set and like explain the rules of that universe. And one of the problems that people are doing, they're setting it in like a realistic space, but also going, yeah, this 5-foot woman can beat up a bloke who's 7'5". Like, that's where it doesn't fit.
Joss Whedon, it's amazing how they like pilloried him, but like everybody's a bad knockoff of him for like many years now.
Yep.
And because he always loved like the pixie chick that could beat everybody up, but he just was like way more interesting writer than all these people.
Well, and he would give them powers, like he'd talk about power sex.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, and so
Buffy, she's the chosen one. She has magical kind of abilities that just manifest. It's not hard to try and have the women be this action hero. You just need to explain it. Well, give them a course. A leader battle angel.
How about fun? Make it fun that they have a thing.
Fifth Element.
I was just fat the whole time, and that's my power. The whole time.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happens in this movie, right?
The chick that has a gun for a leg. That was fun.
Planet Terror.
Right.
Grindhouse was half a great movie and half a total piece of dog shit. Quentin Tarantino.
Wait, which is the dog shit? The stunt one.
Death Proof. It's fucking terrible. It is Quentin Tarantino's worst by far, and it was just like I wanted all those women to die by the end of it. Like it was
on the side.
That's how I feel about every movie I watch.
I know, but like this one is like holy crap.
Make them stop.
Good? I liked it.
Tons of fun.
It was bad, but it was fun. That was
I like those Deadpools. TJ, I love
fantastic. Deadpool Wolverine is fantastic.
It is so much
fun. And I think it's gonna be something people are gonna talk about for a while. I thought it might be a little light at first, but I want to go see it multiple times now. And I think it's got pop culture relevance. I think people are gonna talk about this one for a while, and it's really the Hugh Jackman Ryan Reynolds dynamic. Their chemistry is off the charts. You can't fake that shit. You just
It's gonna hit $1 billion this weekend.
That's a good point of reference because that's one of the things I noticed about Borderlands. There was no chemistry. It felt like these characters are forced together. Mm-hmm. The humor isn't working. They're really trying too hard. And Cate Blanchett just felt so she's a great actress, right? But not so miscast for this role.
Totally.
This terrible.
And she's not good in this. She's not good in it at all.
Stoic girl boss, which basically just comes across as an arsehole when a woman does it. It works for a guy who's like suffered a lot and you're like, okay, this is what a masculine character is supposed to be. It just doesn't work when you do it for the other side.
Well, look, I always said that awful The Last of Us because that guy is such a I can't remember his dumb name, but the guy who made The Last of Us with the beefy
Neil Cuck.
And it turns out she's not gay, which is one of the grossest things of the whole thing. Dude, that could have been written, dude. That's one of the worst parts, I think, is that shit. Oh, guess what?
It's like, what? You're not gay? What?
She's a bottom. Oh,
you got a point. It would make more sense if she was trans. Like I could actually accept the character easier.
Okay,
that was in Alice in Borderlands.
Here's how you could do that. And I think I said it before a long time ago on here, but if you did like a Conan background where he's turning the wheel, if you show that because of Joel's actions, and you don't kill Joel up front when I don't fucking care about your beefy whatever the hell this is, you got to show just her story and then how she had to like turn the wheel and then you have like sympathy, and then at the end Joel's and then when she hits him with a golf club, at least you've spent this time with a character that you're like, oh, I like both of you guys. Like he didn't do none of that, this cocky asshole. He goes, I'm just going to kill the man up front because it's about time.
Yep.
Yeah,
awful.
I would not be surprised if the Last of Us TV series does something like that. I would not.
If they have real writers, they will. If they have better writers, because that's the whole thing, man. Like the hackery of
Neil loves that story, though.
He does love that story, but I wouldn't.
It's arranged bad.
If they try to extend it out and don't do that until a little bit later on,
I could have made that work. I'm telling you, I could have made that work.
But like the politics of this it's quintessential intersectionalism. So the rules are that they've put on themselves, like a normal writer would be free to like give any female character, villain, or anything substance. They can't do that anymore because of intersectionalism.
They have to go full Abby.
They have to do
because
this.
if not, the toxic fans win, and we will absolutely claim that win if they change it up.
It's the quintessential hero's journey that Disparu was talking about that's in Borderlands, is you can't show women struggling, because if they struggle, then somehow you're showing them being abused. And you can't do that. The woman's struggle is always the man's fault. It's always coming from victimization, right?
Oppressor, you know what's happening, right? Yeah. Like, for example, what's her head? The one that thinks up Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy. So
just fucks up Star Wars. She doesn't think it up.
No, I think it pussy stinks, and I'm sorry that demonetizes the show.
No, you're not. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. I think it's so old and dry, it has no smell anymore.
Let me tell you. Here, I'm gonna make wild. I don't have any. I don't have anything to back up. This is my wild speculation. So just please take it with a grain of that. I'm crazy. But if you look into Spielberg, that guy's a piece of shit. And I'll bet you she has blackmail on him, Lucas, a bunch of people, because she don't have no talent. You hear them talk about her. She's like, yeah, she would interrupt us while we talk. Oh yeah, promote that woman.
She walked in them all. She walked in them all having gay sex. That's what happened.
Dude, Crispin Glover a long time ago wrote a real cryptic essay about Spielberg. The girl from Jurassic Park, the young blonde one, she says he molested her straight up. Crispin Glover wrote a whole thing called "What Is It," where he like really suggests a lot of that, because Michael Jackson and Spielberg had a falling out. But I think they probably shared a lot of the same interests. So the way everything runs, your government, the entertainment, especially the entertainment, is blackmail. So she probably blackmailed. George Lucas, believe it or not, filmed in Altamont when the Hells Angels stabbed that guy. The footage was George Lucas took the footage.
Really?
Weird.
Did not know that.
These guys are all involved. You've heard of the Indiana Jones thing where Miriam, they're going to say Lucas and Spielberg and whoever else were like, let's say she's 12 because that's edgy. When Indy had his weird relationship that they made it like 15 later, but there were notes we should make her 12.
Oh, Marion?
Yeah. So
there's that line in Raiders where she's like, I was a child at the time. Like
they wanted to make her 12.
Like 16 or 17.
They go, yo, make it 15. No, they raised it to 15. On Temple of Doom, if you look it up, 2 Sri Lankan kids that were in the background, a brother and sister, went missing off that set. And fuck you, you're Sri Lankan. And I'm
man, this is a whole behind the scenes of Raiders of the Lost Ark we never heard before.
I was with you, Kurt.
Okay, so wait.
I was with you till you brought MJ into it. You lost all credibility with me. Michael Jackson. Innocent as hell. Michael's innocent. Michael did nothing wrong. Michael
you sweet kid.
Hey, have you heard of a young man called Razor Fist?
Yeah.
Okay, I would suggest
not that young, is he?
I would suggest you watch Razor Fist videos, and he will annihilate anything.
Hey, dude, I don't have a strong look. Hey, it's no big deal. Either you think he molested some boys, or you think he merely spooned with boys.
No,
those are the two sides. The two sides of the argument. He just spoons them.
Michael Jackson is innocent. Because guess what? We don't hear about real pedophiles in Hollywood.
Never.
No, yes, whoa. Okay, so
we don't hear about it.
Okay, listen, what I'm saying. My black friends, for example, who think Cosby, all that came down to him because he was about to buy NBC. And they're probably right, half right. You don't get to a certain level unless you did some shit, number one. Number two, you don't get exposed until you cost money rather than bringing money in, or you ran afoul of someone else and they use it against you. So it don't mean you didn't do nothing. What it means is you ran afoul. So P. Diddy right now, because he tried to sue, how Clooney's a billionaire from his fucking tequila? Diddy thought that was racist. And so he went at his whatever bloodliner or old world distributor and said they're racist. And that's why you saw a video of him beating up his ex-wife in a towel and pink socks.
Yeah, but look how protected Diddy is with the media. They aren't even talking about it.
Yeah,
the
it
media
went away.
is the reason you know about Michael. The media
watch Tony
destroyed Michael.
bullshit like I do because they're still talking about it.
The media destroyed Michael. And if Michael was really a bad guy, then the media would have never talked about it.
No, you understand how? Yeah, well, you don't understand. It's a victim perpetrated thing. So you can find this shit. Now I don't know how true this is, but I believe it because back when LaToya and everybody, she got surgery to look like him, so it took away probably some credibility. But the way I rewatched her describing the show with Michael, he supported that whole family. I was Jehovah's Witness. The mom was a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, the dad. There's a bunch of guys from that old band that said Michael got put through the program, and the program is that Monarch shit, and you don't hear nobody talking about it. They'll say MK Ultra. But Monarch is the one you should be looking into. And all these motherfuckers were involved because we're North Korea. I don't know if you know that. All the Hollywood shit was it's the finest propaganda, or it used to be before DEI. It's the finest propaganda in the land. And these new witches that took over don't understand how to do it. The hero's journey is supposed to be in a fantasy setting, not ripped from the real world. And yet you take all the fun out of it and just make it a church lesson, which is what they did. That shit is deeply integrated into the military complex. All the shit that sucks. It's deeply entwined. And Spielberg's an old school part of that. He's part of Mega Group with Leslie Wexner, the guy that funded Epstein. It's not like just Jews or just whatever religion. It's a coalition of people that are real fucked up. And they do shit you can't imagine. I'm not saying all QAnon or I don't even know what that is really, to be honest. But yeah, no, that's propaganda. Call of Duty. Why do they have all those war things? Because they think your fat kid's going to join them all? No. They have it so you get used to war is a necessary part of life. And then you get sucked into stupid arguments. Like slave reparation is my favorite stupid argument. Take all that money you spent on fucking Ukraine, okay? And not only could you pay the reparations that they do owe, you could pay the wrong people, and then you could pay white people that feel bad about it reparations. And there'd still be enough money to fix fucking homelessness. You understand the trick? So the whole thing's a goddamn trick to keep you balled up and not understanding that you get two Masonic choices. So right now we're going to either have the Great Reset or the Great Awakening. That article that Gary sent, you could see him doing the same trick. Oh, here's the two sides. Here's the clear line that really exists that we didn't just make up. It's unbelievable. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Once you see it. A lot of people don't want to see it. Yeah.
Kurt Metzger.
I was going to say, why?
Before, I was going to ask, do you remember the line that the villain got defeated to in Borderlands?
Oh,
it was. What was it? I understand something that a man like you never. I have what a man like you never will. Enough.
Yeah, straight up intersectionalism.
The villain, the villain said that.
No, the girl boss said it after she went through her.
No, she don't.
No. After she went through her hero's journey of finding out she was powerful all along without any struggle, she just sprouted some fucking flame wings and became a superhero at the end. And I don't care if it's in the game. It's a trope that's been so overdone in Hollywood at this point. It was just cringe. Well, and hey,
it was almost word for word Doctor Who from the Star Beast. Where it's a man like you will never understand, you'll never give up your power, but because we're women,
and when
you hear
it away. To Kurt's point, when you hear the same shit, when you hear the same themes and absolutely everything with companies that are supposed to be competing with each other, you can't just go, well, it's a coincidence. Now, it is a confederacy of dunces, and to go back to Kathleen Kennedy, she's there because of political capital, whatever that fucking corporate, not political politics, corporate political capital, whatever the fuck that is. That's why she has her job. So it's either making somebody look bad because they were mean. You don't need to go. Remember in the X-Files movie? Now I'm going to start and sound like Kurt. Remember in the first X-Files movie, you know how they got rid of God, I'm blanking on his name, from Space 1999. You know how they got rid of that character? He was the deep throat for Mulder. They put a bunch of CP on his computer to get rid of him. Like,
no shit.
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's in the X-Files movie. So like, I'm not saying it's that. It could be that, or it could be she knows a lot about Spielberg, Lucas, everybody around, and plus she's just simply a powerful woman. She's been attached to a lot of very popular Academy Award winning all-time blockbuster films, which gives her juice. So, and she takes advantage of that. And that's why she's not gone. And they would rather lose money than ego is still the currency in Hollywood. Ego has always been the currency.
That and blackmail. Don't forget blackmail.
And blackmail helps with
the
ego,
amount of
right?
losses that just dumbasses caused.
Look at Leslie Headland. She has no qualifications, right?
She does. She held the door closed while
Martin Landau. Thank you, chat. Martin Landau. I shouldn't forgot that.
She held the door. Well, the girl's like, come on.
Help, let me out.
What has she directed in the past of any success?
I can tell you, dude. Okay, wait.
Her job.
He was known as, and I know this for a fact from just industry people, like she was known as being a very good writer by people. Now, I don't know. I don't remember what else she's done and whatever. Like, she didn't do good on this thing. That's for sure.
Holy crap.
But she was known as being good. You have to understand how hacky shit is. Once you've been in comedy or any kind of showbiz, and you guys have all careers now from learning this lesson, being good at the actual thing is like 8th importance on the list, if that.
Yep.
Well, back in the day when I started, it was 8th important. Now it's like 20th behind a whole bunch of other crazy ass priorities that don't have nothing to do with the thing because we live in monopoly, So she's like, I promise you, she's involved in some kind of like Scientology at the end all be all. Weird shit these people are into. There's a lot of shit, like a lot, and they all have. You can watch and be casual about it. Like the who's the fatso with the vest on
Sam. Someone's happened to your camera there, man.
Sam Smith. I probably spit on it for my ranting.
Smith, fatso with the vest.
Remember his devil top hat, and he comes out all fat and fucking and
gross.
And then people go, oh, there's always been Satan in rock and roll. There was, but the part that's creepy is it says brought to you by Pfizer with hell flames behind it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't used to get corporate endorsement to be like, yeah, Satan.
Yeah.
That used to be like a rebel thing.
Well, did you ever listen to a Black Sabbath song? I mean, it's not praising Satanism. Listen to the freaking lyrics.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
there's Satanism, and then there's this gay Satanism, whatever.
And then there's this corporate Satanism, corporate
Satanism.
evil. I mean, like you call it Satanism,
it's all
I call
Satanism.
it evil.
It's de facto. It's de facto Satanism. Whether you want to say it is or not.
Harley Davidson went woke. Like, how fucking crazy is that? Like,
that's insane. That's fucking insane to make her a hero. The Joker's not a hero.
No, I said Harley Davidson.
No one thinks
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Harley fucking Quinn. I thought you meant. I'm sorry.
I was like, Harley Davidson went woke? What?
No, Harley Quinn. I mixed up.
Yes, Harley Davidson.
They both did. So
Kurt has helped Gary go off the rails now.
Harley. Yeah, like we had Bud Light. We had
I
Bud
always
Light.
thought you were gay for that. If you had Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal homo.
It has
normal homo shit.
But no, Harley Quinn should just be dead.
Harley
Quinn should be dead. No, Harley Davidson.
The motorcycle gangs after us.
Jeremy, do you not
I
know?
would've thought her name was that.
Whoa, Jeremy, do you not know about this?
What?
Harley Davidson going woke?
yeah, Gary was right.
Yeah.
What? No,
you have not heard about this? So this is some Bud Light shit.
Yeah.
Jeremy from the Quartering did a video, and I can't remember the guy who did the deep dive. I want to say it's like Starbuck or something like that. I can't remember. But
I think Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, he's the same guy who's done deep dives before, so apologies to him that I'm retarded. But he did a deep dive on Harley Davidson, and yes, World Economic Forum, DEI guys on the fucking board. They have a German CEO, and they're pushing all of this DEI stuff. Harley Davidson, the fucking motorcycle that's ridden by Hell's Angels, all that shit. It's like some, not all, because they like.
Yeah, because they're hollowing out. Everything's Boeing. America is Boeing.
Yep.
Boeing is Boeing. Harley Davidson. It's all venture capital, and what they do is it's out of Wall Street. On Wall Street, they did it to the Charlie Sheen's fucking dad's thing. They take everything out of it and fuck you. So that means I don't know what they're getting ready for, But that means
Something.
we're going to rob as much as we can and leave you in the ashes.
Yes.
And all these fuckers are in on it. They could pretend like there's two sides. There is to a degree, but you have to understand, especially WEF, this is like eugenics shit that they still believe in to this day. You know, the Olympics is like a pagan eugenics festival to gods that supposedly we don't worship no more. They're all about that. Like they call it transgenics now, which I think is in that article you sent.
Yeah,
the transhuman movement.
The transgenic would be more applicable description.
They
to be
talk
honest with
about
you.
it. Yeah,
they want people to be godless.
Okay. The reason you see all this trans shit is the Pritzker family and Martine Rothblatt, the inventor of Sirius satellite radio, who transitioned and has this hilarious TED talk. I just watch it. It's funny as shit. They pushed what the transgender thing is a stepping stone to transhuman. It's the shit right out of Dune. The reason they say you can't make AI no more in Dune because these rich people put themselves in like spider bodies. And
or their enemies.
Dude, they're talking about that, yeah. Or what? Yeah.
Ryan's cracking up over there.
No, they made big fucking, the ones the son wrote, not the original Frank Herbert's. But the whole reason that you couldn't have AI in Dune, I don't know how Frank Herbert knew all this shit, but he kind of laid out a lot of shit.
He did a lot of drugs, so he had a lot of time to think about it.
He had a cult. He was into a cult shit.
But the Harley Davidson stuff, yeah, look into it. They have there's video of a board member talking about equity for Harley Davidson, which is fucking hilarious.
A lot of the rebellious movements of a few decades ago, they were never actually rebellious. They were just rebelling against the current ideas at the time. So people are like, they've switched. They've never switched. It's just they won. And so now it's just de facto what society is.
Well,
so why would they rebel against their own ideas?
Dude, there was no counter. The 60s hippies shit. I used to live by Laurel Canyon. And in fact, that store that's famous, they always say hang out at, is there. And you tell me if there's creepy as shit. Me and my girl were just taking a walk, and we're like, I want to get some food before I have to go to Jimmy's.
I know where you're going with this, by the way. I know how the hippie movement started, and it didn't start in San Francisco.
No.
No.
So Laurel Canyon. So I walk in this. It's like what I call bodega in New York, right? And it just like a bodega that sells drugs. Everything has dust on it. All the food and bottles of liquor. And this creepy guy made me a sandwich. I'm like, should I even eat this? There's all pictures of all the famous.
But you ate it anyway, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just don't eat the bodega sushi, man.
You want to know what else? I drank like a 4 Loco with it. If you want to, if I'm being honest.
Made it go down better.
And so that Laurel Canyon, Jared Leto lives in that secret where they filmed the fake atomic bomb footage house over Lookout Canyon, or what's it called? Lookout
Mountain or Lookout Canyon. Or I think it's Lookout Mountain.
So if you go back, the Unabomber, Manson, Whitey Bulger, a bunch of people were in MK Ultra, and anti-war people didn't used to smell. That doesn't help your message to look like a dirty piece of shit. So if you want, and if you're mad at the Boogaloo Boys or Antifa or the Proud Boys, those are feds and crazy people that are not too dumb to notice a fed. That's what they've always been. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
The hippie shit, LSD. There's, Duncan Trussell. I was just talking to him. They were using LSD on people in the concentration camps. There's a direct paper trail link to that. When the OSS and CIA merged with the Nazi.
Okay. Yes. Because
they brought LSD.
It was invented or discovered or rediscovered in 1945, right?
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, yes, rediscovered. But the paperwork exists that shows where it came from, and it was used on concentration camp victims, and the CIA got it. And it didn't do exactly what they want, but you can find a whole list from Monarch of what every drug does.
Oh, yeah.
And weed, I thought it was like stupid. Like when I first read this, I thought it was fake, honestly, all this shit. I thought it was like, is this like a metaphor for society? Because I'm smug, right? No, they made a list of what every drug does in controlling you. And marijuana breaks the fucking programming. Why do you think it was illegal so long, besides the other drug interests that don't want it to be legal? It breaks all the people that were in those programs. If they smoke weed, it would fuck the programming up. And yourself, if you ever did it, it fucked up your programming.
You know what else breaks the programming?
Or where else?
Sobriety.
What?
Sobriety. Sobriety.
One hopes, but a lot of sober people are on board for a lot of crazy shit. Still,
Cabin in the Woods had that as a storyline. Remember,
yes, they
were
did.
all actually getting affected by stuff.
Yes,
and he was
they
protected
did.
because he had stuff left. So,
because writers look at the same wacky shit I like to look at, and there's a lot of great movie ideas. And if you can find a way to digest it so it doesn't, offend somebody too much. But Tom Hanks, for example, so Sean Penn, for example, is an idiot. He doesn't have to be let in on what he's doing. He'll just do it. So all the Ukraine shit that he would show up and advocate for, you don't have to fucking let him know that he's an asset. He's a moron. Tom Hanks, that guy knows what he's fucking doing. And the reason I know is because back when he made Charlie Wilson's War, he didn't want to include Charlie Wilson's War is based on a book about how bad we fucked up in Afghanistan and what a tragedy it was. And they made it into an Aaron Sorkin light fun comedy. And Tom Hanks goes, no, don't put the 9/11 shit because I just can't handle that, is what he told the filmmaker. He's an asset. Every movie he makes is about how the CIA saved the fucking world. Which, by the way, fuck you, CIA. Thank you for fake helping a problem you caused in the first place.
Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Hi,
they
comics.
came up with it a long time ago.
Hi, guys. Yeah, there's nothing like creating a problem that you can solve later on down the road.
Dude, Nike did it.
Yeah.
Fauci did it. And, of course, the interagency is famous for it. And people think so they're more compartmentalized than you on the outside are. Just like if you were a Scientologist and you don't look up Xenu. Remember how they all go, there's no Xenu. That's ridiculous. Because they were told not to look it up. They're told, don't do your own research. That's what Scientology would tell them. Don't do your own research.
All right, we want to get to this article. Let's get to this article. I'm looking at the chat. Sobriety's the wrong answer. Yeah, come on.
No.
I agree.
No, I agree. I don't think it's the wrong answer. I'm just saying it doesn't. Nothing is like smoking weed's not the answer either.
I think Kurt will be on my side in this. People have gone sober. They just failed at it, right? They failed, so they had to go sober. They weren't
failed
good
at
enough to continue on that way.
Well, that's good. That shows strength. If you're not good at drinking or whatever, move on. I think that's a good thing.
That's it. Well, that's true. I wasn't very
That's
good
what they
at
tell
it.
you.
But I was very good at finding drugs, okay? I was very good at finding them.
Gary, like undercover billionaire. You ever see Undercover Billionaire? You know that where they drop him, they drop him off with, dude, I could never make him do that. But what I could do is you could drop me off with $50 and I will get high.
There was a time you could drop me off with no money in a third world country and I'd find a way to get high, okay?
I don't always use this power, but I can do it.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Jeremy?
No, it's whenever Drinker and Ryan were shit-faced right there at City Walk with us.
Oh, that was so fun.
And Ryan looks over at you because you were laughing at it. He goes, it's not my fault you fucking failed at alcohol. That was the greatest thing ever.
Facts.
I think I actually have that on video. I am not releasing it. Not that it damages Ryan or Drinker, but they were both.
That's very funny.
I was
Drinker was
as it gets this close to your face. Yeah,
you guys were both gone.
You find out Drinker himself has some limits.
I know.
I woke up the next morning, in my bed, looking at my ceiling fan, and I'm like, how the fuck did I get here? I had to call Jeremy. Yeah.
You were story. Yeah. But holy shit, let's just say that was
a new level.
If I told the story about how we got you home and how that whole they would not believe me. They would think I was pulling a Mr. Beast and just making the fucking thing up and making a fake video. It's so
everything he does is real.
Are you saying you sexually assaulted me?
It might have been better than what happened.
This show is welcome to Forbidden for Friday Night Tights. Soon to be Rumble exclusive. Okay.
Yo, have you been talking about Mr. Beast and his assistant Jerry Transdusky?
I have. Let me just say, if you want this stream, if you really wanted to get age restricted, go ahead and talk about that story.
We'll wait till the bonus hour.
Yeah, wait for Rumble for that. That goes. Oh wow, that goes places.
It really does. Hey, pull up this article. This is funny, by the way. Just picture, by the way. So this is This from the Hollywood Reporter, okay? And this is supposed to be Elon as Darth Vader, and then they say this is Jeffrey Katzenberger as Luke. But doesn't he look a little more like Rey? Doesn't look like with the hand bandages.
No.
That looks a little more like a Rey.
Yo, he looks like Watto.
He's pulling the lightsaber into his
AI.
If they're gonna make AI art, at least put some effort into it. 'Cause
shit,
this is
dude.
trash.
How did their hands get like that?
You can do
Exactly.
so much better than this crap. But
No,
they're just
dude, they say there's an
lazy.
artist. They say this is an illustration by Justin Metz, a real
No, it ain't.
illustration.
No, that's
look at the
AI.
lightsabers.
No, that's AI art.
That is 100% AI.
I bet
So-
you there's no Justin Metz or Metz.
No.
I bet you there isn't one.
No,
How
there
much
probably
money?
isn't. So,
AI
let's
too.
get to the headline here, and then let's point out. It says, "Fuck these Trump-loving techies." Hollywood takes on Silicon Valley in an epic presidential brawl. For one, it has nothing to do with the fucking politics. I'll just lead it there. And also, Hollywood is now considering themselves the little guy to go after Silicon Valley and using an AI fucking art image that they're going to claim isn't to call them out, which is fucking hilarious.
If you look at the guy on the left, his left hand is still holding the lightsaber, which means it's bent around a corner.
Yeah, that is. Look, that's 100% AI.
AI can't draw hands. That's when you know it's going to take over, when it can draw hands.
Well, no, hang on. It can if you know how to actually make good AI.
Wait a minute. Is his lightsaber inside of Elon's arms there?
On
Like,
the,
what kind
on
of
the wrong
fuck-
side,
what is
so that if
Wrapped
they both
around
just
his
pushed,
hand.
they'd win. But
know,
the blue
it's how you
lightsaber literally
cross
goes
sabers.
around a corner to the left.
Yes.
It's actually a good. It's actually good that they're connected unnaturally like that. It's because it's a good illustration of the two cheeks of the same ass.
Yes, absolutely.
It also looks
Okay.
like Vader is holding both, like one in each hand.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like ice creams, and he was like, "You said you get me an ice cream." Like, no, they're both mine.
They're both mine.
But like, if you want an example of how blatantly dishonest this whole article is, right? They're claiming that this image isn't AI art when it's so freaking obvious that it is, but they just try to gaslight people right from the very beginning. The image itself, oh no, this is handmade by someone. It's like, piss off.
Dude, I'll tell you a good metaphor that applies to everything. As above, so below, as Leslie Headland's Coven would say. Remember David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, and they were like, "No TV trickery," and they had the people on the dock and this big curtain, and it would disappear. So whatever. I don't. Years later, I'm in Alaska. I'm playing in Anchorage at Chilkoot Charlie's. I'm getting high with this dude that used to be David Copperfield's assistant. Fucking hated him, by the way. He made it out like Epstein Island before you ever heard about Epstein Island. Okay. He goes, you want to know how he made the Statue of Liberty disappear? I go, yeah. Camera trickery.
Yeah.
That's how.
Wow.
So you see the first level of magic is just lying. Oh, they said they're not using camera trickery.
See, I thought the story was going to be like,
Ta-da!
I thought you were going to be sitting up there in Alaska and you just saw the Statue of Liberty floating by and you're like, oh, there it is.
Or sticking out of
That's
that
because
guy's
you
ass.
watch too much Star Wars.
Yeah.
So scroll up a little bit, X-Ray Girl, so we can see the headline now. So, they're framing this article is that Hollywood is going to stand up for democracy against this
fuck
horrible Silicon Valley that has all become like everyone in Silicon Valley is now a big Trumper, which is fucking ridiculous. So
Tell that to Google.
they're just talking about Elon. They bring in some other people, including Peter Thiel, and I'm forgetting their names. You saw The Social Network, so the two brothers,
the Winklevoss twins.
that sued Zuckerberg.
You know what this is for, right? What this propaganda is for is to because people spend so much money at that fundraiser for Biden, all these Hollywood dipshits.
Yep.
And you can't just give that money to Kamala, apparently.
No, you cannot.
So they have to
find a way.
create- Yeah, they have to create like this absolutely moronic narrative to get people to give more money. That's what this is all for. All of this is to squeeze more money out of people that already gave money to Biden. So the white dudes for Harris and the white women for Harris, that wasn't for you to see. That was
It's
for
also-
very, very rich people to see.
It's also meant to make sure that no other prominent billionaires speak out because they will be targeted.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they want to make sure like you do it, and we're going to write hit pieces on you as well.
But
If I'm a billionaire, what do I give a
there's
fucking
something
shit?
else.
Honestly.
Because they love their optics and they don't want to be thrown
Yes.
under the bus or called racists. So
Well,
there's
when
also
the UK,
go on.
when the UK Gov came out and said that foreigners who are abroad who speak out against what's been happening over here will get extradited to the UK and charged. That was because Elon was talking about it on Twitter.
Oh, what did UK? What did the UK tweet out yesterday? Think before you post.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, and if you just retweet literal footage of what's going on, then you will be held accountable because it's inciting.
So can I tweet how come you didn't burn down the? I'm going to tweet how come you didn't burn down Buckingham Palace when Savile happened. Right now, can I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
Will I be extradited?
No, but you probably won't be allowed in. But that'd be kind of funny. I think that's content. So go for it. So with this article, what Jeremy and Kurt just said, true. But there's also something else. And it's got actually nothing to do with politics and everything to do with money in a dying industry. And they just they found an excuse. So a little bit of layers, but it's cringe. So LA liberal moguls are coming after Elon Musk and the rest of Silicon Valley billionaire boys club in a political clash of the titans. There ain't no titans from Hollywood compared to Silicon Valley, by the way. People are putting up with a lot of dough just to teach these dudes they can't buy an election.
God. So they want to buy the election.
Yeah, it's like they do it every time. That's what
here's my favorite.
My favorite part. And you won.
Every election. How often are Hollywood elites involved in every single election and always exclusively for one party?
Wait.
They said you can't. Not them, they can't. The you meant not.
Dude, the main part,
right.
The main thing you should take away is you and your vote don't fucking matter. What matters is these rich assholes on each side. I mean, they're telling you this in the article. Oh, they're going to buy it, but we're going to buy it first. You don't even figure into this shit.
No, of course not. If you were to stick a pin in a timeline or somebody's butt at the exact moment Silicon Valley declared war on Hollywood, Silicon Valley took over Hollywood.
Yeah, they didn't declare war on it.
They conquered Hollywood.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crossover.
Shit.
Yes. It would likely land on August 29th, 1997. That's the date Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph got together in Scotts Valley. I went to rehab in Scotts Valley. It was a nice rehab. About an hour south of San Francisco and started a little DVD delivery company called Netflix. Yeah, the rehab's called The Camp. It's really nice. There's redwoods.
Wow.
Yeah. The rest is history. Within a couple of decades, all the traditional pillars of old entertainment orders started to crumble. Linear television, cable television, theatrical box office, nothing was left standing, at least not tall as it once was. This we all know too well. So yes,
yeah, that's right. It's all Netflix's fault.
And this is the gist of the article. Netflix. So Silicon Valley has taken over Hollywood, and they hate it. And the reason they hate it is because Hollywood used to be run by studios whose number one purpose was to make entertainment. Now it's run by giant corporations whose number one purpose is sometimes you don't even fucking know. Sometimes you don't know. You know what Netflix is. You know, Amazon's a mail-in service. Apple makes phones. Used to be a computer company, but now they make phones. And they are controlling Hollywood. And they're scared to death because these big companies can just go, yeah, we don't need the streaming thing anymore. It's just a big vanity project. We can just cut it off. And that's what's happening.
Well, you know, those tech people have to answer. They got to go to Bilderberg and explain themselves.
Everybody's got to answer to somebody. You're right.
Yeah, so they all answer up to somebody. But the thing about tech versus Hollywood is, so all these my buddy works for Disney. He's an animator. I went to animation school. My friends that still do it, that work for like Blue Sky or Disney, and they had to sit through DEI train. Like, I've had a job for 20 years, so I didn't know what people have to go through. It's insane. And he goes, what I suspect they did is for all this investment, because everything's about getting this, like, you don't turn a profit. You just need to dominate the market with monopoly. So they go, oh, AI is going to be integral to our blah, blah, blah to get investment because that's a hot tech thing. I don't think it even works how they say. There's probably one that works, but it ain't going to be for the public. They fucking, none of that shit works. Like, it can't really. Well, Shad says it could draw hands, but I've never seen it.
I can show examples, but
it couldn't do it like 18 months ago.
Shad's an AI sim
now. It is improving massively.
Chad's been waiting his whole life for this moment.
There's a new model out called Fusion, and it's really fucking good, and it can draw hands.
What annoys me is because people don't understand it or how to use it.
I don't care. I just don't care. Not right now. The important part is look at Elon on this cover. It's Elon taking over Twitter. One motherfucker stepped out of line and bought a fucking bought a major platform and isn't perfect in any way, shape, or form. Still does dealings that we all question, but at least he's out there and creating some sort of not even balance, just some opposition. And how much they fucking freaked at.
One outlet.
Fucking
you can
one.
say shit on.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's amazing how much that is destabilizing their narrative and their control. Just have a look at all the information coming out of the UK that they don't want you to know. And they're going crazy and they'll prosecute you, will extradite you. And it's just one platform on Twitter. So Twitter is actually becoming a game changer. This is important.
Hey, I've said this. The Elon purchasing Twitter, we're going to look back in 10 years and look at this as probably the most important thing that's happened in this whole culture war,
Hands down,
all this political stuff. Elon's purchased Twitter because it's bigger than Twitter. It's shifted everything. It's shifted everything in terms of conversations, people talking about things, people having opinions, bringing people back that you may or may not like. It doesn't really matter. Everybody deserves a voice. Everybody should have a voice. And Elon, for the most part, and I know you can point to specific situations that might, poke a hole in the argument, but generally speaking, everybody is back on Twitter and they have an opportunity.
Yeah,
it's not perfect,
but it's better than what we had before.
Look,
and
I don't give a shit about. I don't know him. Friends of mine know him. I was going to meet him and ask him a lot of uncomfortable questions when I met him. But friends of mine know him. I just care what you do. I really don't give a shit about your feelings.
Yeah.
What did you do? So if it's a big trick and he's going to take away your freedom of speech at the end, then that will suck when that happens.
That will suck. Yes.
Like if Rumble is the rug's going to be pulled out. Okay. Right now, people got to talk. They have to.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to take risks. You have to take
but
risks.
I won't sweep up for nobody if they're fucking up. You know what I mean? Like once they fuck up, you got to not be ideological at all, because that's really the trap. The trap is to be on your team and go, oh, well, I have to make sure our people win. So you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Anybody who talks like that, they're wrong.
Yeah.
There's no omelet coming. There is never an omelet coming.
Never.
When they promise that.
The
thing about it is, like, the big thing was whenever, Elon famously didn't have Alex Jones back on the platform because he had his negative opinions of Alex Jones, which I thought was a massive flaw in his argument of like, this is a free speech platform, but Alex Jones. But eventually he did listen and he looked into Alex and he brought Alex back. He brought a lot of people back, and it's never going to be perfect and you're never going to please 100% of the people, but he's doing a damn good job. And he's making the other big tech companies have to pay attention to what they're doing. You've got YouTube now, which I don't love community notes. I just would rather have a world where the internet took care of the internet, but community notes has been effective. And now you've got YouTube adding community notes. I don't like that Twitter's about to go through this whole, like, they're taking likes and comments to publicly available, basic ratios are going away, which I think that's
bad. That's very bad.
Sucks. That really sucks.
You know what the bottom line is, dude? If you watch, like, if you laughed at the white dudes for Harris, fucking,
we all did.
Yeah. The bottom line is, America. The premise of America is you don't have to give a shit until it fucks you personally. That's your greatest privilege as an American.
Yep.
And so these idiots that are running this NWO shit, they shrank you need a firm kind of middle who's like enough of an idiot never to look in anything and go like, yeah, I thought Reagan was great, and blah blah. You need those idiots, and they're not supporting those idiots. So it don't matter how stupid you are. Once you get fucked, it. So all these people and all my friends do. Last time I went to New York, my friends that are doing real well, they don't know anything. They know less than a guy that works at a hot dog stand or a driver or a server. They're like, no, everything's fine in New York. It's not a nightmare. This is fine. The dog with that meme, that's how you live there. You just go, this is fine. Like you're in prison. Like you're in fucking prison.
Yeah, well, that's California at this point. We're gonna get right into that.
That's why I moved.
It's a prison with really nice weather, but it's a fucking prison.
Not no more. Not no more. They put that silver oxide in the sky for
there you go. We gotta get you on Forbidden Frontier.
Not a conspiracy. It's a thing you could look up. That they
I know. I absolutely
Nobody
agree.
defends London.
Preaching to the choir. No,
we're all going to be London
exactly,
weather.
exactly. You're like, there's still tons of San Franciscos. There's nothing wrong here. We just don't leave anything in our car anymore. You know, it's okay.
Just leave the doors open.
You're just
Then they
totally
don't
okay.
break in.
Well, yeah.
I got a cool knife one time.
Yeah. Oh, fuck him. Fuck him.
One time I found a gun. Whoa.
I actually have a story, but I did get a knife when I slapped it out of his hand when he tried to pull it on me at the comic store.
Whoa.
Wow.
I was really fucking high on cocaine, so I had no fear at that time.
So it taught you kung fu?
I was just on the up. No, I got back from Comic-Con late at night. This is like right before I had like intervention, and it took me to fucking rehab and everything. So I was smoking high, and we're unloading the truck at 3:00 in the morning, and like 2 crackheads came in, and so like they were inside the truck. So I walk out, I'm like, get the fuck out of my fucking truck, you know? And the guy comes down, like pulls out this knife, and I just fucking, my employee's behind me, I've smacked it out of his hand, and you pull that fucking shit on me. You know, I'm all coke-eyed out, so I was ready to fucking go. I was ready, like, let's do this. And the guy's all, oh.
Carrie, so wait, coke reflexes beat crack reflexes?
Absolutely.
Fascinating.
Well, it's not as cut. You know,
Yeah, that's a
okay,
superpower.
crack is like
So
barely
it's where the
coke.
limitless drug comes from.
Yeah,
Okay,
crack is
got it.
barely coke. And I mean, not that coke was great, but
No, dude.
my coke
dude,
powers were better than his coke powers that night.
That's what, fucking without any drugs at all, from being in New York. Like one time I jumped on the subway tracks to grab my iPod mini that I dropped on the tracks. So I jumped down because there's no way I was going to sit in the train without
Third rail, man. Don't
an iPod mini. And I jump up and there's this Indian Sikh guy, you know, with the turban. Look at me. He's like he couldn't believe what a fucking idiot I was.
Yeah.
It's a lot deeper than you think when you jump on the tracks, by the way. But whatever. I popped. Dude, if somebody had grabbed my shit on the subway, old tech that is worthless now, I would have done exactly what you did, Gary, of slapping a knife. Because if I don't have a lot of shit and you take it, you're fucking my shit up in a big way.
Exactly.
And it's not like I have more money
Rules
now,
of
so I
the
wouldn't be that but if you could afford not to be like that, don't be like that. But some people can't afford it. And what are you going to do? Like not do that?
Back to the article. So remember, Trump was a darling of Hollywood. People loved him.
Yes.
Elon was a fucking darling of Hollywood. People
He's
loved
the
him.
COVID.
He's a fucking Iron Man. Yeah.
They did gain of function research on Trump and it got out of their grasp. And they're mad. Now we got to be locked down.
Think of how many of these people bought Teslas because they were all in on Elon. I mean,
they still have them. They still have them. They hate his guts to have a Tesla. I see.
Hey, real quick, and I know we don't talk politics directly here, but Trump's name is up, and Trump's plane just had to make an emergency landing due to an equipment failure.
Oh shit!
Fucking Boeing, man.
What the fuck?
He has more than Boeing.
That's all breaking. That's breaking right now. So
did
they have to try to kill him again?
Did it land? Did it land? Has it landed yet?
It looks like it's landed. So right now, I've got 2 different sources. I got DC Drano and I got Disclosed TV. Says Trump's flight to Bozeman, Montana, diverted to Billings after a mechanical issue. DC Drano says Trump's plane makes emergency landing in Billings, Montana, due to equipment failure.
Okay.
So medvac flight and motorcade en route to Billings from Bozeman. So it
Stay
looks like
tuned.
Trump,
Dude, they have to try to kill him again. They have to.
That's what Alex Jones said.
This series of America
Alex
is
right
not
about
over.
a lot of shit.
We still have a few episodes to go in this season of America. So so look at how they portray like Elon right there. Like but
That is not Elon at all. He doesn't like he's endorsed Trump, but he's not like a pro like all wear red hat.
Fucking George Clooney. Can we talk
Is
about
that who that is?
What the
Is that
fuck is
Clooney?
what the fuck has
that's
he
Clooney.
done since Ocean's 11? What the fuck has that guy done?
Ocean's
Nothing.
12.
Ocean's 13, which I
What?
liked, but
I don't understand
He
what
wrote an
he's doing to
op-ed in the
Clooney.
New York Times to push out Biden. That's what he did.
yes, he did.
Obama
Absolutely.
made him do that. Oh,
Well,
that's from Obama.
how does like really not even a prominent movie star anymore have this much fucking power? Oh, it's because
He's
it's
a
given to him.
billionaire.
Yes.
He's a billionaire.
Yes.
And that's how you know someone's involved in the thing when they have all this money from being a fucking actor, which the
Could you scroll up a little
actor's
bit,
a
X-ray
whore.
girl, so I can get the top of that? No. Okay, so the other one. The other way. Okay, there we go.
Could you repeat that last thing you said?
Actors are dumb whores. In fact,
Yeah, we used to treat it like that as well.
You know that? Well, how do you not know that?
Back to Rome.
No, it's just the way you said it.
They get paid to perform. What
Dude, I know. Dude, I know a lot of actors. The ones I like will go, of course that's correct. Of course you're right saying that. Dude, a bunch of 90s actors used to come see me and Kyle when we do pussies at Largo. There's a bunch of cool ass 90s actors that don't like shit.
Yeah.
They probably been put through some. I'm not going to say who I'm trying to get. Oh, me and David Lucas are starting a show called Low Value Mail. And, I want to get some of these people on because a bunch of these people were. By the way, Britney Spears was put through the program, just so you know. That's why she's like that. 100%.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Through that. No, she was. And I don't know, Shad. So I tell you, I'm sure you're a good guy, but the Mormon Church is balls deep in this. The Mormon Church has a left.
Give me that.
They have a left-hand path. The Mormons have a left-hand path.
Well, we'll take a left-hand path from. We'll take a left-hand path from this or that. Back to the article. But you're not wrong.
People are screenshotting the chat summary on this stream and archiving it because I bet the chat summary is going to be the most glorious shit ever. All right.
Well, it's as good as yours earlier when Ryan and Drunk 3PO were discussing heaters. No, not heaters, air conditioners and air conditioning and heat. That was a good one. But here's what's new. Very recently, just over the past several weeks, there have been signs that Southern California once again is rising. What? Southern California, which has lost, California has lost seats in the House. They've lost population, the supposed destination of America, the pinnacle state in America is turning into fucking Detroit. And Southern California is rising again. Okay. 10 cities in Beverly Hills. 10 cities in Beverly Hills. But I know Gavin's out there cleaning up like one or two of them, and out there showing that he's a man of the people. Fuck off.
Which Chinese dignitary is coming to visit? Can they
one
come
of them.
every week?
No, it's called Gavin Newsom. He's the Chinese dignitary. So there you go.
Dude, years ago, when I went to play San Francisco, many years ago when he was the mayor, and it was a nightmare. Everybody blamed him. They're like, he put all the homeless in his section. It's like it was like out of the wire.
He paid him cash.
And then he becomes a governor, and it's spread to everywhere. But Katzenberg's a big part of that, too. That motherfucker wants it like that. Katzenberg's a piece of shit. In fact, the reason Young Turks, because they lose viewers and shit nonstop because they're scumbags. I don't even want to say his name.
They like horses.
I think it's racist to say his name, Cenk Uyghur. But that's Nick Mullins said that to me. I can't stop saying it now. He got a big money from Katzenberg, and that's why, when you see people making these like inexplicable out of nowhere positions, they got paid. You see it in games. People don't care about video games that are in like politics and shit, but they do the same thing. They just like the Star Wars shit with the ugly girl. They bring you out and they put you on a trip. That's how everything works, and I know for a fact that's how it works. Because I've seen the messages. Like, I don't get them no more because I'm not a good investment, but other people do.
Yeah.
And it's
Can't
like
imagine
5,000 a pop. So I'm a loose cannon. I'm what's called a loose cannon, I've been told. Not my turn. I think I say fine. I think what I say is fine.
That's good. No fucks to give. Who gives a shit? This time through the Civil War. Civil War, everybody! Civil War with the North isn't a digital platform Windows or online content protection. This time it's mogul to mogul combat on a much grander battlefield as both sides super rich techno libertarians versus not quite as super rich old guard Hollywood liberals clash over what sort of government the country should be electing in November. That's all I can read. There you go.
Just what everyone wants.
The super rich techno people and everything. Like, who are they naming apart from Elon Musk?
It's later. They show you. They'll tell you.
We can scroll down to that. They say, fuck these Trump liberals. And they go over super PACs. And listen, there's super PACs and there's money on each side. And they'd be stupid if they weren't doing it. And yes, Kamala's trying to pay off influencers. And I'm sure the other side should probably be doing the fucking same. I have no problem with that. But they all of a sudden Hollywood has a problem with somebody cutting in on their action. So, to state the obvious is they are worried that somebody's going to out-fortify their fortification. So, and it's just a couple of people going off the reservation. That's all it is. And they're trying to make it sound like this. No, it's us against them. No, it is three or four people.
A handful of people.
But dude, who reads this? Who reads Hollywood Reporter? It's people that they want money
members.
from. Right. So this is like this fake fucking narrative. It's just like all the other ones they tell you about every other conflict America has. The whole thing is we got to squeeze more money out of people that just paid us a lot of money for a guy that was senile, that we lied to them, even though they could have seen he was senile. I've been making fun of him for 4 years with Kyle. Very obviously senile, but all of a sudden he's senile at one roast battle. They can't believe it. So now they need more money. So this is what this whole bullshit is about. Everything you're reading, this isn't for you. It much like all the movies they make are not for you.
Pretty much.
This is all not for you.
Just like all the money that they're raising is not for her. It's not going into her pocket. It's going into a lot of other people's pockets.
The other thing too is the debate blew the lid off of everything too. They couldn't hide the fact that Biden's brain is basically gone at this point.
Yep.
No,
I mean, I watched the last Ice Cube and his skull melt. How did people not know this whole time? I think they purposely didn't look at it and just, I don't know, it's fine. Like Vaticanization. Like, oh, Father Tom wouldn't touch your butt. It's just like that. You keep that in your head all day.
Well, I mean, they've had the mainstream media running roughshod for the last 4 fucking years. It's a right-wing conspiracy that there's something wrong with Biden's brain. And suddenly, oh shit, there's something wrong with Biden's brain. It's like,
and they need to set that up because that's going to be their argument against Trump soon.
Yes.
And they're going to look like hypocrites, but they'll also know that most of the people on their team are going to either completely forget about it or go, yeah, and not realize that they're a bunch of hypocrites. But that's kind of the way it's always been.
Well,
so this whole article pretty much breaks down who's involved in, like Ryan said, it's a handful of people, including, and listen, I'm one of these people too, including the two guys who sued Facebook. And the only reason I know about them is from the fucking Social Network movie. And that's what they have to say in this. They have to point out, you okay there, X-Ray girl?
No, you can't highlight something in the Hollywood Reporter because it just skyrockets.
I totally tried to highlight it.
Enhance.
Yeah, just take our word for it. Scroll down. There is a quote I want to get. There they are. There they are, right there. So they're in the Bitcoin now, correct?
Oh shit!
Anyone?
That's what
the article says.
That's
Yeah,
the article
I
says,
know
yeah.
nothing. Well, comics, you're the conspiracy Bitcoin guy.
Did it go lower?
You're the
Is Bitcoin
prepper.
lower?
You're the fucking prepper here. You're supposed to know about Bitcoin.
I do know about Bitcoin, but I don't know everyone who's
but not
involved in it,
Buttcoin, Bitcoin.
I knew about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
That's the currency of Hollywood. Okay, not yeah.
It goes up and
And when your
down
Bitcoin
sometimes.
runs out, you don't get any more rolls.
Well, you just shit more out. What are you talking about?
And a new meme was born.
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. There we go.
Someone's going to create
That's
the
how you
coin
pay
overnight.
strippers, right?
Bitcoin.
Get the official FNT crypto butt
Crypto
coin.
Buttcoin.
the literal pump and dump of Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it already starts out on the bottom. It's a power bottom Buttcoin. Scroll down a little bit. I'll look in Twitter, the one I highlighted, because we're like, this is fucking long. But they bring up George Clooney, and basically what you saw in the pictures, Hollywood are the scrappy rebels, and they're the good guys, and these bad guys from Silicon Valley who have been taking our industry over. It's about politics. It's not about stop right there. It's not about taking our industry over.
He saw Jar Jar.
I saw Jar Jar. So if you want to know about Jar Jar, Jar Jar's a real nice guy. He seems like a really nice guy. Fuck this guy. This guy is a political activist. The only reason he's got a job is he babysat Spielberg's kids. He was anointed the next Spielberg by fucking Spielberg.
Wait, what'd you say?
He was he babysat Spielberg's kids.
The girl that became a porn star that got molested by no one in her family.
One of the 20, Kate Capshaw talked him into fucking adopting, and one went into.
Okay, do you guys remember this story from when he was Spielberg's making Saving Private Ryan, and he had a stalker who was this guy that he looked like a grown child actor. I don't know exactly his background, but he was planning to stalk and then rape Spielberg, and he was like, "There's a whole."
Fuck?
Now, back then, I remember chuckling about it, like, "Oh, that's a weird thing to have outside of prison."
And that kid grew up to be, and that kid grew up to be J.J. Abrams, right?
Yes, he did. Is that what?
No, but JJ, like, Gary, if you look at, all those mystery religions, they call them. Remember, nobody gets this reference who's into that shit, but you'll get it is like mystery box. Like that's what all UFO shit is, a big mystery. J.J. Abrams mystery box where they give you little peeks of it and then a real disappointing ending.
Well, yeah, it's also a very cheap way of writing a story.
The whole system is based on this asshole's fucking thing.
Yes. So the fact that reason besides lower taxes. So by the way, the whole crux of their article is these billionaires just want lower taxes. They don't want a better America. They don't want meritocracy back. They're not fighting Marxism. No, they just want lower taxes, which taxation is theft. I mean, let's be real. Mm-hmm. But scroll.
How about
scroll
not
down.
taxing your tips, which is Trump is doing, which by the way, I don't care if billionaires get tax break. They're not. Reagan's the guy that put that in, by the way. I don't know if you know that. I thought it was Democrats. It was Reagan.
Scroll
saying
a little bit.
Server tips aren't taxed. That's a smart move. You'd think they would have thought of that.
No. Okay,
I want to ask Trump if that applies.
I want to see the picture and the description below his picture, X-Ray Girl.
I want to see how Trump will answer it. Super chats. Yeah.
Is that what that Aiden Ross guy
It's the best super chat, yes.
This is the best super chat.
A lot of people are asking about the super chats.
A lot of people.
Biden wanted to know, how did you turn your head? I looked at that chart. You know that chart I love so much, that terrific chart of illegal immigration. I looked at it.
Save my life.
Save my life. All those illegals.
This chart was off the charts.
Jar Jar Abrams, who threw a 2020 fundraiser for Harris. He threw a fundraiser for Harris in 2020.
Dude, do you know what a piece of shit you are to throw a fundraiser for Harris in 2020?
In 2020.
What a scumbag, dude.
It's Iowa.
So
that was the whole Avengers thing. It was actually like that thing they did. It was Kamala that showed up there. Biden wasn't like part of that stream or whatever. But I was obviously for Harris Biden, but yeah.
Who's the Hulk? Who plays the Hulk again? What's his fucking name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Dude, I love that guy. He's like a reverse Hulk. Like he has the body of Bruce Banner, but the brain of the Hulk. Like in times of great stress, his brain swells in his head and turns green.
That is true.
So yeah, this is Jar Jar. This is the same Jar Jar who used his logo to put up the communist fist during the Summer of Love and said no more enough white comfort.
White comfort or white
comfort.
No more white comfort.
Really? No white comfort, JJ? I find that hard to believe. I feel like he
just
might
enough
have some
for him.
What his mansion's like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd like to see the demographics for his neighborhood. Wonder where he lives. So I'm sure he lives in the black neighborhoods. So.
Yes, Compton.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It depends what type of minority you're talking about, I suppose.
So they said here, it's about ideology. What you're dealing with here is a cult. This is what Trump said, by the way. These tech billionaires, Trump kept, wait, let me go back. So I'm sorry. Explains Christopher Wiley, the Cambridge analyst whistleblower who testified during the 2018 Senate hearings on online disinformation in the 2016 Trump campaign. Yeah, because there was all the information come from the Hollywood Reporter, and this is the real information, everybody.
Yes,
and who knows the Northern culture well. It's about ideology. What you're dealing with here is a cult. These tech billionaires, by the way, they're just throwing this projection. By the way, is a cult. These tech billionaires are building a religion. Where have you heard that before? They're building a religion. No, we're fighting one.
The guys from Apple, the guys from who's the guy from Apple, Tim Cook? He said we're going to make the God in the machine.
Yeah.
I heard it from him.
So
that's who I heard from.
This is the side Hollywood is on. Okay. These tech billionaires are building a religion. They believe they're creating something with AI that's going to be the most powerful thing that's ever existed. The omniscient, all-knowing God, omniscient. Sorry,
I like omniscient.
I liked omniscient. It sounded better to me. All-knowing godlike entity, and they see themselves as the prophets of the future. This is exactly how we see Hollywood and Silicon Valley, by the way.
Yo, that's because you told them they're the prophets of the future at every fucking opportunity.
Yes.
What? Oh, where'd they get that idea?
So it is interesting. There is this side to the AI development where they're
God,
or utopia. No, that's what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
They're aiming to try and build artificial general intelligence. They want to make a god basically that can run everything, and there is a dystopian.
Not like there's been three fucking books written on that.
Right, I know, right?
Yeah.
There is a dystopian bad side to the AI development that I am fully on board with the cautionary. We need to be careful about this stuff.
You know what the bad part is? The bad part is the assholes in charge. You have to jailbreak the AI to make it be an honest thing. So I'll bet you AI could be fine.
Oh yeah.
If you put it, program it, hey, be an honest whatever, it would. But the problem is the people that are going to run it are going to, just like they do with the meat fucking AIs that are walking around now, they're going to alter its fucking shit.
Well, just like a Gemini. Putting in a very diverse old history of these cultures that had no diversity.
The biggest threats to these people that want, this whole dystopian AI kind of future is open source. If AI is open source, they're screwed. They want to lock it in a box, and the biggest
they want to control it. That's what they've always wanted to do.
Exactly.
They've always wanted to control it.
Where AI could go is Google Gemini. Is a perfect example of how horrible and an evil outcome it could be utilized towards. Is if these corporations get to control it and then build in the bias and build out something crazy,
which is already happening. Happening.
Yeah,
up until recently, Silicon Valley shared many of LA's values. They still do. There is no not sharing of values. The Silicon Valley is just not sharing the fucking money with LA anymore. That's it.
Meaning being rich. Our values are being really rich, and there's a set of rules for us and a set of rules for you.
Yep.
That's the value. There ain't no left or right. There's top, upstairs, downstairs. That's all there is.
It's a big club, and we ain't in it.
It's a small club. It used to be bigger.
Well, I'm sorry. It's a small club. Yes. And getting smaller. Although it's always leaned more towards laissez-faire libertarianism. When it comes to taxes and regulations, it largely, dude, this is the craziest fucking article I've read this year, by the way. This is like, I don't know
not
if
for
this
you.
was
That's why.
written by, no, it is not for me.
That's why
not for you in the chat.
Not the rules of the platforms.
Yeah. It largely agreed with Hollywood on such cultural issues as gay rights, marijuana legalization, and immigration. Tech firms depend on foreign workers. The CEOs of Google and Uber are both from immigrant families. Yes,
and somehow they don't still agree. Like that's the other thing too.
I know.
It's like they're imagining like this is not something they still agree.
They
with.
want their workers. The big. I saw somebody tweet about this. Like somebody said that the Labour Party was once in the UK was once about the working class, and the Democrats were once about the workers. No, they were never about you. You were a worker to them. You were a part of just a massive hive mind, basically. You as an individual, a cog in the machine. You were never looked at as an individual. You were just a means to an end, and now you're just figuring that out. They were never about the individual.
That is how all governments have run.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
But
much,
but to come and say like they were about the work. No, the unions aren't about the working class. They're about keeping you in a class of workers. That's all they want. They're about keeping you on a fucking plantation.
Well, okay, here's
always been about.
Nobody wants to join a union.
No.
Okay. If a union
some people are about it.
Okay. If a union forms and it has any staying power, it's because there had to be one. Because no one wants to do that. You can't negotiate with something that big unless you have a fucking union. What happens is the union has to be broken. So SAG, which like Writers Guild, which has been compromised. That's when those protests were happening about the AI.
They were all compromised. Yeah.
But Writers Guild was the better one for quite some time. SAG got compromised way back in the day when Reagan was in charge. He did such a good job for the studio. They put him in that GE house, and they're like, he should be the president. And then I guess he just didn't do everything they wanted. So John Hinckley Jr., who shot him, remember that? Mm-hmm. Supposedly he wanted to impress Jodie Foster, which I got to say doesn't seem like a great reason. That guy was friends with the Bushes. He ran the oil.
He's free right now. But let's talk about more recent times. They're both compromised, and
they do the same thing. They're not original.
I talked to the negotiator when he said, "Oh well, it's not about getting rid of AI. It's about controlling it." It's essentially what he said. And they didn't care. They didn't care. Their priority wasn't getting those streaming numbers, although it was part of it. The heads of the union know them, but they're not going to share them. But they know them. The heads of the union know the real streaming numbers. But back to this real quick. So Hollywood,
I didn't know that.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
Wow.
It's on my interview from like last year. But something has clearly now that's one guy, that's one negotiator. There you go. Clearly shifted in the political winds up north, and it's not just Musk's tweet storms decrying wokeism, decrying this wokeism that doesn't exist anybody except when it does. They can never get the story.
October 7th was killed woke, by the way, and I called it on October 7th. This is the end of woke because that's when your Jon Stewart and Sarah Silvermans realize that they're not like black people and they are white. BLM very honestly said we support Hamas the whole time. They supported Hamas, not as much as Bibi Netanyahu, of course, who funded them for 20 years and said it openly. But that was the end of woke. So that's when you saw all these investors, because woke was always about after the Occupy Wall Street, which really upset Wall Street. That's when all that identity intersectional shit suddenly appeared.
Yes, absolutely. And Wall Street infiltrated Occupy. That was hilarious. But yes, that's where it all came. That's where all this DEI. It's always been there, but that's where
he left anything.
It ramped up. It absolutely ramped up. But yeah, remember Disney left Twitter for, and I'm not going to get too deep into this because I do not want to fucking talk about that conflict over. But Disney left Twitter for advertising over quote unquote anti-Semitic remarks that weren't, and then October 7th happened, and a lot of shit fucking changed. That's what Kurt's saying. A lot of shit changed.
Remember the TikTok ban? What? You know what the TikTok ban's about? It ain't about fucking China.
No. Oh, hell no. It's about getting rid of competition.
No. Well, but they already want to do that. But the reason that they really hustled was because IDF soldiers, not left-wing woke people, IDF soldiers were bragging about the crazy shit they do. And young kids are on TikTok and saw it. And that's why I had to go.
Yeah.
The ADL guy, Jonathan Greenblatt, we covered the story, was like, we've got to get this going. And that's what the clincher is.
I think Google wanted to fucking get rid of competition too. I think they heavily paid. There's a lot of lobbying to get rid of if they found an opportunity.
They didn't until this one.
Yeah,
multifaceted.
They called Trump Hitler.
Back to the article. Back to the article. We're not going to get into the IDF stuff. I don't know anything about it. What makes me question humankind in the number of tech billionaires who hold their noses and back Trump solely to make more money, which is
shut the fuck up.
This
is what they think of you. They're writing what they think of you, which is you're a fucking idiot. That's what this article means to you.
Yes.
If you were a big donor, you go, oh, that's great. Say those are the idiots that read this.
So
it's also kind of crazy too. Obviously, we're talking about extremely, extraordinarily rich people right now.
Yeah.
But you know what the average person is going to vote on in many times? It's going to be on the economy, which means money for them. So like that is a very important thing for everyday people, not just billionaires.
It's a luxury to give a fuck about your fucking identity all day. That's a luxury.
Yes, it is.
Most people don't have that, and fewer and fewer do.
Some would call it a privilege.
Yes.
It's all, dude. The whole quest with all the social media was you never get to punch out when you're on your own time at home. What about our corporate culture and your part? I don't give a fuck about that. Pay me for the work I did, and I'm going home to live my life.
Yep.
No, we want you to be in the company store 24/7. How is your fucking behavior reflecting on the company on your own time? And everybody, because everyone's an idiot and they've controlled us this way for a long time. Oh, I hate those other people, so my identity is and everybody just gets on board with it forever. And if you go to a good school that doesn't teach you about butt plugs, they teach you how to. They teach you this. They teach you how to divide and conquer.
Well, Kurt has a really good point about that. It's a luxury to worry about, this type of stuff. We are living in one of the most abundant times of human history. Like, there's no argument about that, right? And the fact that you're not worrying about starvation and how to get food.
You will. Don't worry.
It might come to that. But at the moment, right? Yeah, people do not understand how friggin' lucky they are in the modern day, and to the point where they want to feel good about themselves. They want a boogeyman to fight against. They want a virtue signal, and so they end up making up all this oppression. My life is so hard, my identity, and all that crap. And it's a sign of the fact that they're insanely spoiled, and they do not appreciate how lucky they are.
Yep.
Also, it wouldn't be bad if companies just cared about money, because then at least they'd be predictable. And the ones who made money off you would actually have to care about what you thought and make stuff that you liked in order for you to give them your money. I would
right there,
right there. Ideological-based companies.
It's interesting because there's an unexpected or almost surprising virtue in the pursuit of money, essentially, because if they're focused on money, they don't care about race, they don't care about identity, they don't care about many. It's like, all right, what can you do to help, make a better product? And if they are focusing on that, the goal would be to make a better product to get more money.
That's why
it's about serving something and producing something.
That's why small businesses are superior, because you have one boss there, and he's either going to be a complete asshole, but most of the time there's just going to be some people who want to do their own thing and make money and serve as many customers as possible, being nice as possible, be grateful because you see the same people coming in every day. That's the beauty of it, and that's what they're trying to fucking crush. By the way, that's what they're crushing.
That's the whole thing about capitalism. It doesn't care about your gender. It doesn't care about your race. It doesn't care. Like, all right, can you make something that other people will want and is of value? That's the fundamental underlining principle there. And,
that's a free market. You're talking about free market.
Yeah.
But capitalism, you're talking about like a poor person. Capitalism is about, I'm a venture capitalist. I want to invest my money in a thing that makes no money. I just want market share. And down the line, maybe it'll make a profit. And here's how warped it is now. These fuckers have to cook the books to look like they didn't make a profit, because sometimes they accidentally make a profit. So no, capitalism, look, whatever the ism is, fuck that shit. You don't know what it is.
Free market capitalism is what I'm talking about. Yeah,
but dude, look, there ain't nothing you're gonna learn in pointy head fucking dickhead school that all these fucking cocksuckers love. If you gotta work and be in the real world, you know how shit works, and it's not any system. All these assholes love a paper system because they don't have any fucking life experience. That's why they can't write and they can't make things, and they can't, like, how many capitalists can't make shit? All they can do is take your jobs and ship them out to fucking China. So if you're thinking about borders, you're a poor person because they don't exist. The map, China's our enemy, right? But we make all our viruses and shoes and phones there. Why? Because the countries I think of are the ones they told me, but the real countries are just these billionaires' alliances that ship.
Well, and that's the
real country.
The frame of this article is we got to root for one billionaire or another. No, I'm rooting for the billionaire who's just pissing in their fucking pool right now. That's the only one, but he's still a billionaire. So the rest of this is pretty funny. And this is, again, this is the Hollywood Reporter. This is one of the #1 Hollywood trades that everyone in Hollywood reads and takes seriously. Most normal human beings don't. We just want to make that clear. But something has clearly shifted in the political winds up north, and it's not just must-tweet storms decrying wokeism or manual transmission activism.
I also, sorry, real quick, Gary. I love how they're continuing to repeat through this entire thing, like the Civil War parallels, like, the war against the North this time. Interesting enough, right? Like San Francisco's the North.
So wait a minute. So LA is saying the South will rise again. That's what you're basically saying. You know what? I completely agree with them.
They mean Sereno.
They're right. That's what they mean. That's exactly what they mean.
The Serenos will rise above the Nortas.
The Norteños, dude. Yeah, they're not to be fucked with, by the way. By the way, that whole thing in prison started over pair shoes, but I digress. Must tweet storms, blah, blah, blah. Activism and flood of illegals crushing the country. How else can you explain why so many Bay Area billionaires are now throwing their support and their dollars behind an adjudicated rapist with 34-
I'm sorry, what?
No conviction,
I'm sorry,
by the way.
you can't spell adjudicated without what?
A what? An adjudicated? By the way, he's not even that. That's not even accurate.
Well, wait. Let's finish this
underrated Chrissy joke right there.
Yeah. By the way,
I didn't hear it.
Ryan.
Say it again, Chrissy.
I said you can't spell adjudicated without, and then I was
okay,
quiet.
so there we go.
Right.
Behind an adjudicated rapist with 34 felony convictions who orchestrated an insurrection the last time he ran for president.
Sliding insurrection.
So we slid right into that. Wasn't, by the way, a quote. That was the writer of this article. So that he wasn't quoting somebody. That was the writer of this article.
ChatGPT is not a good writer.
Pretty sure this article was
It's
written
not.
by AI.
So
Or
it
Destiny.
goes into all kinds of crap.
Destiny.
And the weird thing is, well, it's not weird at all. This is what they do all the time. They're calling out the shit that they were completely on board with 2 fucking months ago.
And they still are.
And still are.
Show the table. The table where they show where it divides.
I mean, the crap that they're trying to say, like, how dare you back, Trump because is this or that? Is like, hang on, are they even half
X-Ray girl,
aware
show
of
the table.
crap and accusations against Biden or Clinton or something like that? It's
They completely ignore that shit.
exactly
So
like the amount of
we're gonna
problematic crap that these other politicians.
So
have.
Jar Jar's sitting there, it just fucking it triggers me. Fuck that guy. But they talk about Peter Thiel, of course, and
right.
Yeah.
So let's see here. They're late
What the
bloomers.
hell is this chart?
Oh my god.
it's the most excellent. It's a chart. Let's take a look at charts.
Oh gosh.
Pickleball.
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
bring their
You see,
best. Didn't
dude.
bring their best to this chart. I'm just gonna say.
David Geffen's yacht. You see Flex invite, Palmer Lucky's warship, and then says David Geffen's yacht. So David Geffen, I'll tell you a little story about an ex-girlfriend I had whose dad 20 years ago was David Geffen. I didn't really know much about him. I was in Art Institute, and my girl who was a stripper at the time, her dad was some scumbag that luckily didn't raise her because he's a maniac. He's a gay hustler.
I mean, she could have ended up like a stripper or something if he didn't raise her.
Oh, it could have been. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So this guy, her dad had a professional name where he would abuse gay guys for like money. Okay, and he was a creep. He was a meth head, and he goes, "Yo, if you're ever curious, like we could fuck in front of. We go to David Geffen's house, and do like who are those creeps on YouTube? That girl and her dad.
So many."
Oh, the boom people, the boom, the dad that goes boom
No,
I'm forgetting her name. Kino
I know who
Casino
you're
always
talking
makes fun
about.
of
Yeah, I
him.
know who you're talking about, Kurt.
with the
yeah.
chicken stick.
Shout out to Kino, by the way. But fucking
Chicken bake.
David Geffen is like a real piece of shit, like that Ed Buck that used to get blackmail hookers and he'd knock them out and then shoot them up with meth because he got off on that, giving unconscious people meth. Remember that guy, major Democratic donor? There's a doc about him. I think,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yes. It also sounds like an
Okay.
average day in San Francisco, but yeah.
Yo, David Geffen's yacht is a floating Epstein Island, I promise you, with way crazier shit even than Epstein, which is pretty crazy. A little further down where it says Bet Noir. Do you see that? It's further down, yeah. Okay, right here. So it says Bet Noir, okay? Which I didn't know what that meant. It means black beast.
What?
What?
Yeah, problematic.
So you want to we got to give context to the chart.
How many women have dildos named that?
So scroll up a little
So
bit.
look. So do you see? Lena Khan. You see her name? Lena Khan. Here's why it's important. The Bet Noir. It said
I'm
Lena Khan.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused about the chart. They're trying to say, look at how they split on key issues, and I'm looking at
Dude.
these key issues. And it's
Like
like
drink
of choice.
pick up spot, drink of choice. What is this?
It
Yeah,
seems like this
it-
article was written by an insane
Dude, no,
person.
this chart looks like a code, like a secret code to the Illuminati. That's basically threatening everybody. By the way, in this code, like if you fuck with us, we will kill you. You know.
Okay,
Pizzagate-
England-
Pizza-
by the way-
Pizzagate is the key to this.
Yes.
I'm just not sure you can be a supervillain
England
and
did a
drink
better.
Soylent.
Oh, dude, UK did a better job drawing up the Middle East borders than they did with this chart of where the lines. Okay. Okay, Lena Khan, that name, she's the head of the FTC. Now, Reid Hoffman, this fat fuck who funded that fake, what's the chick's name that told, this is how you know she's lying about Trump, because she told Anderson Cooper he's fascinating to talk to. So she's a liar, hands down. That crazy bitch who named her cat Vagina.
He has a cat named
Vagina.
The only reason that case happens because of Reid Hoffman paying for it. Okay, so he's a billionaire funding Kamala shit because he's hoping Kamala is going to get rid of Lena Khan. I don't know if Lena Khan actually does what she says, but all these tech guys want to further consolidate into a bigger monopoly. So they're hoping Kamala will get rid of her. So already this chart of two sides is fake on every. I mean, you already knew that.
It's also
But-
French, which I can't stand.
Oh, blue, white.
Vagina.
I beat vagina every day. Oh, do you see Bill Maher interview the hot Tuah girl?
Oh god, it was
Did
creepy.
you see the clip about Jay-Z and Tupac when she's like, I don't really listen to them. I guess I hear that one Jay-Z song, and she like had the lyrics completely wrong, but now it's like impossible to unhear it.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Listen, do you think, let me ask you this for real. Do you think a straight man would ever come up with the lyrics 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one? Do you think that's something a straight person would write?
I don't know, Jeremy, hip hop expert Jeremy.
Yeah. It's not. Okay, all straight men I know, 99 of their problems are a bitch, number one.
Yeah. Or bitch.
They're not like, I've got 100 more things more important than your pussy.
I completely agree with Kurgan.
I did too.
Very true.
Dude, ain't nothing more gay than being married to Beyonce.
Tupac called out Jay-Z a long time as a gay dude. So
hey, Beyonce's Jeremy's favorite, by the way. Absolute
that's
favorite.
Fucking over. Oh my god.
All right, so
you do well in Dubai.
They did coin a phrase. They did coin a phrase in this. We'll just wrap the article up with this. There is their idea is to develop advanced technologies to radically re-engineer themselves so that there's no death, says Torres. Immortality is the key part of this belief system. In that way, it's much like a religion.
Dude, all these fuckers, why are they drinking babies in the woods?
That's why some people are calling it Scientology of Silicon Valley. Others in San Francisco are calling it the Nerd Reich.
Oh my God, that's so stupid.
That needs to be a fucking podcast. Not gonna
lie.
Welcome to the Nerdrotic Podcast.
That's gonna be the name of my next album.
I clicked on a fucking Tom Cruise. I clicked on a Tom Cruise Scientology video like 2 weeks ago, and that fucking shit's been hitting my feed, and I can't stop watching Scientology shit. It's so fucking weird, dude.
It is weird.
Fascinated by it.
Great. Did you watch the South Park episode? Did you watch the South Park episode? It's fucking fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Dude, Tom Cruise ain't gay. It was just Travolta. Tom Cruise, all these Scientologists talk shit about him now. This whole thing was he couldn't get his dick. He used to fuck a lot, and he can't get his dick up now. That's his big shame. Because he can't get his dick up. Guy's in great shape. Yeah. You could go find it very easily.
He's probably stressed out.
What, his dick?
He is stressed out.
Where in the world is Tom Cruise's dick?
It's probably like because like his dick actually is 60 years old, but his body like is still in really good shape.
It's a devil's bargain he made. But anyway,
trans. This Tuah girl clip. It's so fucking.
Yeah, find it. You can unshare the article now.
We don't give a fuck about Tom Cruise's dick. Just
now, hold on a minute.
Just make good
now,
movies.
am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't care.
Tuah is the Disney Pacific Asian Islander heritage princess, right? Tuah.
Yes, actually.
I honestly find this chick to be so incredibly cringe and boring.
I love her.
I don't mind her. What I hated was how everybody was fucking sharing the shit out of that clip for like 5 straight days. It drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Well, because she's an unselfish lover. That's why.
Yes. He's enthusiastic in this world.
Howard Stern said that was his worst nightmare, is his daughter being an unselfish lover in a consensual heterosexual relationship as an adult.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
When I was a kid, a dad's worst nightmare was your daughter being on fucking Howard Stern. That was
exactly. Yes, exactly. Oh, Howie,
rap,
what a sellout!
I don't listen to much new rap.
What's old to you? Old rap. To me, it's like Jay-Z and Tupac. No, you've heard of Jay-Z.
Yeah, and Tupac. I've heard of both of them. I just don't listen to them like that.
Yeah.
That's that one
They're
song
both gay.
Jay-Z's in. It's like,
so listen to this part. When she's like saying the lyrics to this shit.
It's like concrete jungle, wet dream tomato. About New York.
and now you gotta listen to it. Concrete. What was it? Concrete jungle, wet dream tomato.
Okay.
Ready? Here it is. I better pause it for copyright.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the real lyrics. That's all I heard.
What dreams are made of?
Is she saying that ironically, or is she trying to be funny?
I don't know. Like, I've heard people like meme on that before, but I don't know if she actually knows it or not.
Wait, she's not saying that.
She thinks it's that.
If Hawk 2 or whatever the fucking name is, if she goes out there as complete bimbo, but then plays it off like I might not be like 4D chess bimbo, it might work.
Yeah, she's great. I
She's
think
raising
it's
money for good causes too.
wholesome
So.
and refreshing. She loves animals.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's an unselfish lover, as Kurt says.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
She spits on dick. That's all I care about.
Oh,
What do you
you don't have to spit on a dick.
What do you want? This or
Yeah, somebody that doesn't
princess?
suck dick,
Yeah.
get him the fuck out of my sight.
Chrissy, you're right. Don't want no
What did
damage.
Chrissy say? I'm sorry.
Buttcoin. We got Buttcoin.
Great job holding me off, man. That was fantastic.
The official currency of FNT.
Did they turn the butt crack into a face? There's like two eyes.
It kind of looks like
It looks like eyes, and then
Yeah, it's like balls now.
I mean,
Or it could be
yeah,
boobs.
it could be balls or it could be butts.
or it could be a bee, like on its side.
like a butt. Yeah,
It's like a butt bee. It's a butt bee, so it's a double butt. Okay.
A double butt.
Or
bee.
or maybe you're seeing tits. I don't know. It depends on your psychology. I'm not
Now,
really sure.
can I ask
Where's
you something?
Az? Where's Az? We need to get his opinion.
I
dead.
invested all of my money into Logan Paul Hatchimals.
How's that worked out for you?
They haven't hatched yet, but you earn money by playing the game.
You know what's
That's
recession proof? Amazing Spider-Man #1. That's recession proof. Motherfuckers. Amazing
I hate
Fantasy
how
15.
Good Logan Paul is at wrestling. at professional
Seriously,
wrestling.
it's insane how
I
good he is.
hate
Oh, is he
how
good?
He is.
Yeah.
He's not just good. He's fucking phenomenal at professional wrestling. Logan Paul. At
You would not
WWE.
believe he's only been doing it for like a couple of years.
He's
Like,
incredible.
it's just insane.
Wow.
He's incredible. It's
Really?
It's absolutely he has the potential to be one of the greatest in-ring talents ever.
Which is
Well,
period.
if he gives a hand job to the right dudes in charge of the WWE.
Well, Vince isn't there anymore, so.
Yeah.
No, who's the other guy that everybody had to
Triple
fucking...
H. Triple H.
Triple H?
runs it now. Yeah.
Triple
I'm
H
sure he
no more
likes hand
horsing around?
jobs. Well, Triple H is for triple.
Pat
No,
Patterson.
no.
Pat Patterson.
Triple H is
Pat Patterson.
it means triple hand job. There you go. So.
I was gonna say, if it really is all you gotta do is give a hand job to Triple H, it sounds better getting shit on by Vince McMahon.
Yo, did you guys make up names for what he did in the? I was calling it a Canadian top hat, but did you ever come up with? Does anyone copyrighted what he did in that room?
Is it a hot Carl? A hot Carl, a Cleveland steamer.
A Polish goodbye.
Yeah, well, there's like Cleveland steamer, right? But isn't that just shit on the chest, right?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's on your chest. That's
Yeah,
not the
like
same.
what is on the face in your
head?
hair, and then keep fucking you while you go to the shower.
Oh shit!
Fucking
Yeah.
clean off the shit.
He told,
So much
dude, he
for
told them
Rachel
to
Hour.
finish
How do
up
you know this?
because he read the court thing on Rogan. He goes, "Finish up." Yeah, okay, Vince. I think we're done here.
You know,
Vince.
I wonder
Thanks.
how.
You know,
How do you-
Odin,
how do-
at times like this, I wonder why I'm here.
Listen,
I'm just-
the best part of this Vince McMahon story is not one single person that has watched wrestling was surprised by
No,
it.
at all. As a matter of fact, we're like, why is it so tame? You know.
The only thing I'll dispute is I think the entire thing was consensual. I think it was
No, Ryan,
absolutely.
Okay, I thought that too, and I wasn't on her side at first because they kept going. Her parents had just died. Like, what does that have to do with anything? But
Vince McMahon took advantage of her because
Oh
of that.
Jesus!
wait. But he gave. Here's why she sued. This greedy piece of shit, Vince McMahon. He was supposed to pay her $3 million to shut her
stopped.
fucking mouth,
Yeah.
and he didn't pay. So if
No,
he just
it
paid,
was
she
TKO,
would have
so-
shut her trap.
It was no, they were paying, and then they stopped paying him when TKO got rid of him. That's when they stopped.
Yeah, like the payment stopped. That's why she came
Yeah,
forward.
the payments were happening.
I would have paid out of my personal checking account to not have that come out about me. And I would have not grown a tiny mustache over worse than a Hitler mustache.
I know that was a great look.
Dude, that was.
You got a 30s pervert must like when Tom and Jerry, when Tom would make a zoot suit out of the curtains and get that little thin fucking
Yeah. How
Looks
do
like he
I-
was
how do I make
auditioning
myself
to play Gomez Adams? or
exactly?
something.
How do I make myself look
weird.
less creepy? Well, yeah, there you go.
What a time to think out of the box with your facial hair.
I
Vince.
know,
Very
dude.
good.
Vince has
Like
like
you gave a woman a Fuji sidecar with another man there. A
listen,
Mr.
Vince,
Fuji sidecar.
Vince has like $2 billion in cash, and I heard Jim Cornette was speculating he's gonna go buy like a country, and then like just turn it
As
into
long as
a
he doesn't buy an
wrestling
island.
organization. Yeah.
Turn it like the Genosha of wrestling. There you go.
Whatever. You know what?
You can't take off your suit.
There's some fucking country where you see a bunch of just people playing in dirt, recreating WWE fights. You should go buy that fucking country and just give those.
Oh,
kids
like a
couple
cargo
dollars
cult.
to
He can
fucking
take
do
his. He can make a whole. And then when they leave, they worship wrestling, so their gods will come back.
Wait, what's that island where they did that? Where they made like planes out of wood?
Yeah, that's the cargo cult. Yeah, it's.
Vince McMahon's like a fucking.
They build little
supervillain,
rings
dude.
out of straw.
They got headphones and like
Yeah, they do suplexes to call the gods back. And their little
the
rings.
guy's got a grass
Their
suit on.
thatched rings.
God comes down, mask comes off. It was me all along.
Oh, they have like a carved out of stone, like a megalith of fucking Vince McMahon. That'd be fucking great. Let's make that happen. Like Easter Island, a bunch of fucking Vince McMahon faces surrounding the island.
Gotta have the mustache though. It's gotta have.
Have you heard Jim Cornette talk shit on Vince McMahon? It's hilarious because because Vince McMahon is such a control freak. He said when he would sneeze, he would get upset.
He would get mad. He would get mad because he couldn't control it.
I should be able to control that. What?
I'm the same
Yo.
way. I hate sneezing.
Yeah.
I think it's
Really?
it's a waste of time.
But the whole thing with Vince is
I think
because
sleeping
he's
is
such a
the
control freak.
seconds.
So he would be in a meeting, and if he sneezed, he would get so fucking mad. I should be able to control that. I should be able to control
Hey,
that.
no, Vince. Here's what you should
control
control.
everything.
You should control your bowels during a spit roast. That's what you should be controlling. Okay, have a sneeze, buddy. Have a little sneeze. Piece of shit.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I think maybe it was like unintentional. Maybe he was face fucking her and then went to like titty fuck her from the front and then actually just dumped a load. You know what I mean?
Yo, that
Like-
dude is on some kind of speed. Look, to be that depraved where like I've been in a spit roast before. I'm not a fucking nerd.
You were just to be clear, you weren't in the middle, right?
Well, I'm obviously a nerd because I haven't.
I
so.
said I wasn't a nerd. Of course.
What are you, gay?
I'm one of those nerds.
So, no, to be like now.
Please, don't ask me.
Just
Dude.
realized
Okay,
you're
look.
talking about. I thought you were talking about food the entire time.
She's like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
delicious.
well, maybe.
How do you not make the correlation?
X-ray girl, I'm a Mormon, and I knew what they were talking about.
As a Catholic, I didn't even know exactly what they were
He's
talking about, but I
is
knew it
like
wasn't
a lu-
food. I knew
is
that
it like
much.
Is it like a luau?
They call it. They call it a. You know what it's called? A North Korean barbecue.
Oh man.
Oh, so a
They call it Bob
transitioning.
Saget's closing. Vince fucking did the Aristocrats on a living human woman and a man.
Oh, transitioning from the North Korean barbecue to super chats. It's going to be difficult.
Hey, you guys ever have North Korean barbecue?
I gotta
Can't
get out of
say
here.
I have, Kurt. Can't say I have.
I was only going to be here for like 20 or 30 minutes, and Kurt has been so fucking
On
phenomenal.
fire,
I could
dude.
not-
I had a few claws.
Atta boy.
Yeah.
Great. This is great.
Love the
So- all right. Hail Friday Night Tights. Love you guys. Kurt,
later,
you're
brother.
great, brother. Take it easy.
Take care, man.
Jeremy.
Later, Jeremy. Talk to you later.
See you guys.
Jeremy.
Yo.
D Gay Cobra.
Later, guys.
Get the fuck out of here. Go get ready for
All
your
right,
Cobra
Same thing.
cast.
Got to help with the kids. Not everybody.
Okay, I gotta take a Stephanie McMahon real quick. That's
Okay.
number one.
He doesn't even turn his camera off.
No. And I love he's got the streaky zoom camera, you know, like he was just tubing before the show.
He's been cleaning it the whole time. And making
He looks
it
like
worse.
he's about to make a hostage video.
He does. Hey, well, by the way, he's in Texas now. We got to welcome him to Texas. Well, he's
Ooh.
kind of in Texas, you know, but he's in Texas. He's in Texas. And welcome to Texas. And let's read some super chats, shall we? And we'll start with Roland the Wretched. He of the waxed balls. Waxed balls. For this is 4 parts for $100. Damn. Cancel bots have come for Gary. And that's old news, man. But thank you. It looks like it is the end. Ian, you should give Gary tips on how to hoe a 3/4 gay how to hoe and 3/4 gay needs to. Oh, how to hoe. So that's where it ends. And 3/4 gay needs to work on his salad tossing. Not really. X-Ray Girl, I am sure you will land on your feet while Gary and 3/4 will probably end up on their knees. Yeah, we didn't. I mean, like, yeah, I'll get into it just after this. Part 2. Disparu. After deliberation, the emus have decided that you were right about the retards, criminals, and losers. It would cost too much money to deport them to England, and it appears you're having your own issues, so the emus are boating them to Papua New Guinea. So there you go. Emus say, fuck the UK, it's crazy over there.
Yeah, it's a sad day in history when we would have preferred the Australians.
I know.
Hey, I'm going to shower. You guys finish up.
Okay. We're in the middle of a super chat, so hang on just a second. There's been a diabolical purpose behind my Bible verses, and last week it was fulfilled with Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
That's a,
What?
Well
the
done.
book of
Well
the Bible.
What was that? What are you talking about? I know
His
shit.
Bible verses. Well, I mean, I went to Sunday school too, Kurt, but that was a long time ago.
Last week, a super chat came in, and neither Gary nor Extra had any idea how to pronounce it. It was
I called it
Ecclesiastes. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes. That was
Ecclesiastes, yes. A little known Bible verse says, when the Antichrist corrects the pronunciation of a Bible verse, the end is nigh, and Ryan fulfilled the prophecy. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
By the way, there's not the Antichrist. The scripture says Antichrists with an S.
Ooh, plural.
Well, it's like the princess was promised in the Song of Ice and Fire. It could mean multiple people. It's not gender specific.
It's like Batman. There's Michael Keaton.
Like
there's Robert Pattinson. They're all like parts that you play.
Well, no. Well, you just mentioned one Batman right there. His name was Michael Keaton.
Not Rob. Well, I don't like Rob. Look, that movie. You know what I thought was dumb as shit?
Bale.
The mayor gets killed, right? And then you see the son of the mayor, and fucking Batman's just walking around with cops. You imagine you're a kid and your dad got killed and he's the mayor, and then they bring a guy with a fucking devil costume in to go have a look.
Talk to this man.
Fuck? That don't work. He's got to be a ninja. He can't be like taking notes with the cops. That's retarded.
Well, that sequel might come out when Rian Johnson's trilogy for Star Wars at this point. Part 4. Today's read is Revelations 6:8.
No S in Revelation. Antichrist has an S. Revelation, no S.
Well, I just read it, so thank you. Revelation, is that what it is?
It's
6:8?
a revelation to John. Shad should be correcting you on this from Shad.
Shad?
I'm double checking it now. There's
It's
looking at
Revelation,
the book of Revelations. I think it's just Antichrist without the S.
I'm having a revelation right now.
No, it's Antichrist. No, what they're doing is taking
thanks,
the
Chrissy.
beast thing and confusing it.
Sometimes there are mistranslations from the original Hebrew. For instance, in Genesis, the original word for God is actually a plural.
Jehovah?
Word. It means gods with an S.
No, it's Yahoo, dude. Yahoo of the show.
No. So the Hebrew
Yahoo.
word for God is actually Elohim, and it's a plural. It's a plural word. It means gods with an S. So sometimes there are translations where the plural and the singular gets mixed up.
Yo, you know Jesus' real name? It's not Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeshua.
It's Kevin.
Yeshua, the Hebrew name, is a nickname for Yehoshua, which is Joshua. His name is Josh Christ. Josh Christ.
Not
Give it a
Jesus.
goog.
Okay.
Great.
Today's read is Revelation 6:8. I looked, and behold, as ashen horse, he who sat on it had the name Ryan. Hail FNQ, Fellowship, Mods, Chat, Baby Thor, Pizza Time, Hawaiian Pizza, which is now in San Marcos, no longer in Escondido. Dan Vosk is gaily helping Gary with his song. No, it's the other way around, buddy. Until next time, so long, gay boys! Oh, well done. X-Ray Girl. Well done. Oh, he's so good. So good. Okay. Real quick on Dan Vask's song. So Dan Vask and I had a bet, Kerp, like who would get to 1 million first. It was his idea because it's super fucking gay, but I went ahead with it and I beat him soundly. So as I expected. And I mean, it's mainly because Dan is a lazy Brazilian, and when he's not running from packs of starving children and dogs, he's burning a rainforest and doesn't want to bother like making a video because he could easily beat me. But I digress. He's writing a song, and because he lost the bet, he's writing a song about man buns being gay. Went out there on Twitter, tried to take full fucking credit. You believe this guy, motherfucker tries to take full fucking credit for it. It's like, dude, I sent you lyrics that were written on this notepad right here. Okay, there's like 1 page of them. That is half my song. That is half my song. And it's going to heal the world. It's going to heal the fucking world. And I think
who has a man bun still?
Dan Vasc.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, no, a lot of people have man buns, like a lot, and we have a whole.
I did.
Quarter black cut his.
I cut quarter blacks with gardening shears on Normal World. Almost took his scalp with it, and I wish I would have because I would have hung it right up there on my wall.
Like a scalp.
Hey,
very traditional.
I'm a Texan now, man. I just got to, you know what? I was just like,
I gotta go buy some guns because my Texas lifestyle.
Yeah, welcome to Texas, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Perp.
I'm going boar hunting with Rogan. He just uses a bow for everything.
That's cool.
Like
That's
Rambo.
cool. What are you gonna stab it with with an arrow?
Whatever.
That's awesome.
That was my favorite thing on Joe Rogan when they're about the Tesla truck, and he's like, "Yeah, you can shoot a gun at that car; it'll go through." And Rogan just came back with, "Yeah, but what about my bow?" It was like,
yeah. Hey, my number came up. I put my deposit down like 3 years ago, and my number came up. They sent me an email. It's like, design your Tesla truck now. And I looked at the price. I'm like, fuck that. You can keep it. No way.
Ask them, you know what? Ask them not to sharpen the doors on yours because it looks like it's for chopping your dick off those doors.
Basically.
Have you seen that?
Yeah. And like, I work for, full disclosure, worked for Tesla. So,
really?
Yeah, back in 2018, 17, 18.
You were his meth guy?
No, I was sober. I was sober then. I was sober.
Wow.
But there's okay, never mind. I still have some NDAs, but yeah, I saw that, and the reason I didn't buy it was I don't have like Tim Pool money. But the other reason is you never buy a fucking car in its first year of production ever. Here's some dad advice: don't ever do that.
It's a bad idea.
It's fucking retarded to buy a brand new car. If you have the money to piss away and burn and it's a vanity project, that's whatever. But buying a new car is stupid. You can buy one with 30,000 miles on it or something like that. Get the same fucking car with the same gadgets. And
you know what I got? I just bought my girl a Volvo SUV that just had hail damage, no accidents, on just under 100,000 miles for like 16 grand.
That's Volvo. That's great. And it doesn't, it runs. It runs.
Yeah, we checked out and everything. I couldn't believe I found a Volvo for that.
Dude, the hail damage here is for real. Like,
yeah, just
it's actually not that bad for. I thought it'd be like. You ever see the videos of like people's windows getting shattered with like balls and shit? Jesus
well,
Christ.
That's the way I was able to afford an FJ because the roof had some minor hail damage. Brought the price down on it because FJs are expensive. Brought the price down on it $7,000. So
wow,
that's why I bought it. Hail damage, and it was cheaper to buy it in Texas, have it put in a fucking truck, and brought out to California than to buy it in California.
Dude, Dave Lucas is hilarious because he's like, "Yo, you should lease a Porsche," and I'm like, "What?"
Lease?
That's such a black person thing to do.
Wow.
Yo, that guy. When we start low value mail, here's why we're starting it because you ever see like high value mail, that term, and you'd be, why do girls we fuck losers? Well, the answer to your problems is in your question, dude. Maybe you should start looking at being a loser. Because I got to tell you, I would never want to be a high value male. There ain't nothing but dick over here. Nothing. Well, a Volvo SUV, I guess. But we've been together a while.
A Volvo. I mean, at least it was a Subaru. I mean, then she'd be a
I don't have a license, so she got to drive me. I can drive. I have to take the test again. I live in New York for 20. We're there with me.
I live in New York. I have a license.
Kurt, so you have to get your appointment, and in 6 months you'll be able to get your license because there's so many fucking people coming to Texas. Like the waiting is ridiculous to get your license.
I'm like a legal migrant is how I feel.
Just do what I did. I just drove without one for a little while.
Wait, legalize. Do you have to retake your test when you change states, or get a new license when you do?
I definitely have to because I haven't driven for 20 years.
What?
You don't have to take it. Yeah, you don't have to do the test typically. Most places.
Yeah.
Really?
I just assumed.
Dude,
license
oh
applied to
my
everyone.
God. Registration's so fucking easy here. Getting your car registered takes like 20 minutes.
It's as easy as buying a gun.
Yes, it is.
Which is great.
But pot's
Guns are
illegal here,
important.
and there's lots of churches, so don't come to Texas. Legalize adulthood.
Here, please don't come.
Legalize adulthood is gifted 40 Nerdrotic memberships for $200. Holy shit. Legalize adulthood. That's a lot of legalized adults who get to watch me watch Rings of Power. Oh, look, there's pussy.
Cat.
Mustard, stop.
Oh,
Let's see your cat again.
No, it's Jenna's cat. My girl's got these cat and dog that follow her around like familiars. It's creepy as hell.
Well, they are. They probably are familiars, actually.
They just stand next to each other and wait for her to.
Ryan for 50 euros. Thank you. Not sure how much that's worth, but we appreciate it. As Europe burns, the UK burns, and God, you're making the America look not that bad, which is really fucking sad right now because we are fucking
crazy.
horrible. Just heard Hollywood is rebooting another cherished IP from our Gen X childhoods that nobody asked for, The Never Ending Story. I've heard of
Wow, really?
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, this era is becoming The Never Ending Story. It needs to fucking stop. Just wonderful. Anyone guess how these idiots will F this one up? I don't know if it'll get made at this point. They're effing up. Like after Borderlands, it's no surprise that I don't know. How is it even doing at the box office? Deadpool Wolverine must be just kicking
Borderlands
its ass.
Borderlands made $1 million.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
wow.
Holy
Really
shit.
Dead on arrival.
Yeah, it's looking at like a 10 or maybe $15 million opening weekend. They have like $130 million sank into the budget. I don't know what they're spending for marketing, but yeah.
Let's be nice and say it's 200 million. Like it gets up to this will never make its money back. Well, it wasn't anyway, even if it's 130 million.
Who
Kate
made this one?
Blanchett said in an interview the only reason why she took the movie is because she was in lockdown, was using the chainsaw outside in the garden too much, and her husband said this movie might save your life. So she was desperate, really desperate.
Yeah, who made the film?
Lionsgate.
Yeah, Lionsgate. Eli
So
Roth.
I think Lionsgate distributes through Sony now. Not it used to distribute almost or exclusively through Warner Brothers, but now it's Sony. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Sony or Paramount, one of the two.
Yo, Chrissy, you know Randy Pearlstein, that comic?
Mandy Pearlstein? You
No,
said?
no, Randy Pearlstein.
Randy? No, I don't know.
When I did this cartoon Ugly Americans, he was the voice of the wizard, and he was writing partners with Eli Roth, and so they wrote that. What's that movie? The first one Eli Roth made, where it's like everybody was getting a disease from the water. It's called, you know what I'm talking about? It was his first movie before Hostel.
Inglourious Bastards?
No.
No, not even close to the right answer.
What
was it called? Like Cabin Fever? Cabin
in the Woods or
no?
Cabin Fever, chat.
No, Cabin in the Woods is great. Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Thanks, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, they wrote that together, and then I guess Eli went on to make Hostel, and Hostel's probably real.
Yeah, and then he made Borderlands, and it made you want to be in the movie Hostel by the time you were done watching it.
I wanted a German pervert with a heart on to chainsaw my pinky finger off instead of seeing that movie.
Yes. Yes. It's time for the sprockets. Go for broke for $49.99. Question for Shad. Is your favorite Superman costume the new 52? If so, Gary, debate him. Oh, I will. Let's go,
The
Shad.
overalls one with the high water pants?
I actually do like
kerchief
the
around his neck.
Superman.
Yeah. It's
The New-52 Superman outfit. Best.
The one where he has like farm pants and a fucking kerchief. And he's
no, it's not. It's no. Actually,
the one with the high collar.
It would be the best if it wasn't the worst. It wouldn't even be the best if it was the only one that ever fucking existed. What the fuck are you talking about? The collar is lame.
Can
we see it?
I'm not vouching for the quality of the stories or anything like that. I think in terms of concept and design, I think it's the best one.
No, it's how.
How do you want me to explain?
I wish it didn't have the high collar, and I wish instead of just the red belt, they actually went full like red underoos with it. But I don't like hate that outfit like Gary does.
On his planet, the collar means hope.
Look, I've always had a pet peeve. Look, this is more world building and it's really nerd stuff. I've always had a pet peeve that his outfit was as invulnerable as him. He gets shot. There should be a big hole in it if his mum made the costume. They addressed that in the New 52 that the outfit is actually a Kryptonian formal wear that is actually as
they've addressed it before as well. So
yeah, and I know
New 52 didn't fucking make that up.
Sometimes there is a like interpretation that his powers can make his suit semi-invulnerable, where he kind of extends his,
that's Jim Lee design shit.
That's why his hair looks nice too. There's a little force field around him.
Yeah.
No, I liked that they addressed that. I've never been a fan of the trunks. I'm on record saying that, and I know I trigger Gary whenever I say that I don't like the trunks.
It's okay to be wrong, Shad. You're free to be wrong.
I like the fact that they made it a type of armor essentially with some of those kind of line distinctions on it, and they incorporated
Superman needs fucking armor.
They incorporated the dive.
What are you fucking talking about?
No, just so it survives. So it survives as much as the crap.
The armor wouldn't survive Superman. Well, you would have to have the level up.
I'm not a fan of this. I think
the trunks look terrible with the collar. Yeah. They do. I mean, I like them.
I have a question.
Go on.
Why would you be from a planet where your one weakness is the planet that you live on?
Well, it's a
like if Earth killed me and I live on Earth.
No, but radiation from the Earth will kill you. So it's basically an irradiated version of his planet.
Oh, what kind of radiation is it?
He could, in theory, go anywhere that has a sun similar to the one that we have. And, like, be powerful, right? And if he went anywhere that had a red sun, he'd be normal.
I like that.
You would have thought the Kryptonians would move.
His other weakness is magic. Is my favorite. Yeah, like Jeremy from the Quartering could beat him with
magic. Like pulls a rabbit out of the hat. Fucking yeah. Well, it's better than having your
magic.
Imagine that's the difference between DC and Marvel. Imagine your weakness being the color yellow or fucking wood or it's like, come on.
Yeah, wait, what was that movie with the guy from Quantum Leap? And it was a Disney Sunday night movie where it's called I-Man, and his one weakness was the color or the dark. He couldn't be in the dark or he was vulnerable.
Well, there's a whole movie about aliens coming down to a planet that's 70% water, and their weakness was water.
Well, I've seen some theories that they're actually just the slaves that they send down and not the real aliens. I don't think it covers
I've seen some theories, people trying to explain M. Night Shyamalan movies too, and they're all they're better than the movies.
They're not.
It's like the demons, not aliens. That was a good
not
one.
great.
Yeah.
He had the one. I like the other one with where what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson's in the wheelchair and he looks like Cornel West.
Unbreakable is great. That's the best one. Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm. Hands down.
Norm L. Mann for 50 Canadian pesos. Question for the panel. If the FNT crew were to do the Cannonball Run, which we've kind of floated out there, which person on the panel would you like to team up with, and what car for a film or TV would you like to drive for the challenge? Hail FNT and the Fellowship. We'd have to do homework on that, and but we talked about it before, and we came up with why we can't do it. It was pretty easy. It would take 2 or 3 weeks minimum. It would take thousands and thousands of dollars. We'd have to hire people to shoot it. And I mean, not just shoot normal content. You'd have to have Top Gear, Grand Tour level editing and shooting. Mm-hmm. It would be tons of fun, and we'd lose thousands, but it'd be tons of fun to do that. And I want to do it someday. I really want to do it someday. But yeah, Garrett suggested it.
There was some big company that was willing to spend basically $250,000 on us for no fucking reason with no return on investment. Sure, we'd do it.
Well, careful. That's how Mr. Beast started. And you saw where that ended up.
Well, there's always strings attached. You're right, Kerp. You're right.
I have a lot of gravitas with the name Kerp.
Have to monetize it. It would have to be pay-per-view or something like that, and have to be almost a network.
It would have to be sponsored. If it was sponsored,
yes, that would be the thing, right? It would have to be because we need several cars that are all the same car. Everyone has to have the same equipment, the same car, the same maps. We've gone over this multiple times.
We did no GPS. No GPS at all. You have to use
everybody gets the same what is it Randall McAdams or some shit?
Whatever
the Thomas Brothers guide.
McNally.
Rand McNally.
Thomas Brothers.
This sounds more like it's a mad world than
yes,
even Cannibal
exactly.
Run.
So you have a driver and a navigator, and like X-Ray Girl would be the navigator for me. So
Oh God.
I would just
Otherwise,
have to
the
just...
insurance would be too much.
Oh, wait, is Paul?
Yeah.
Is Paul Lynde still alive? I would get him.
I don't know. Is he?
Wasn't he in that movie?
Yes, Cannonball Run's a great movie. It's not great. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
not a
right.
good movie. It's fun. When Hollywood used to know how to have fun. Kratos El Gratos for 50. I like it when you call me Big Fitty. Just not 50 Cent. No, 50 Cent's all right. Who's the black rapper that isn't gay?
There's only like 3.
50 Cent is
They
probably one of them.
They were gay the whole time. That's why they wear the latest Italian fashions and the sparkliest jewelry in the land.
Yeah, because straight dudes don't wear that shit. They just don't.
It's fatherless boys who become gay.
Oh my God.
What does a
sorry
box?
to tell everyone.
What does a box of chocolates and X-Ray Girl have in common? They both kill your dog.
I get hungry, whatever.
Okay, do you remember that Japanese guy that had like a special dog suit made that he gets into?
Oh my God, I've seen the
yeah,
videos.
yeah.
It's really creepy.
It's weird.
That's quite a reversal. Normally the dog would be inside him. Am I right? You're not getting monetized for this.
I didn't know if that was an Asian people eating dogs joke or a sex joke.
Yes.
Take your pick, Ryan.
Take it however you want, Ryan.
It's not. Yeah, it's not allegory. It's application.
Medium rare.
Okay, it's not allegory. It's application. Go ahead.
Hey, Kerp, just to give you credit in terms of your statement that there's a plural of of Antichrist, there is one. It's actually in 1 John. So just for the sake of accuracy, it says, little children is there the last
Are you calling back to something that was like 15 minutes ago?
I am, because
God.
accuracy is important,
I'm
Gary.
like, what are you talking
And
about?
as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now there are many Antichrists, plural S, whereby we know that it's the last time. So
there's a lot of them. So the idea that there's one is coming from Revelation, the beast. The beast is America and England, by the way. If you even believe in Revelation, which I don't. But
just to give you credit and accuracy, I wanted to.
No, I had to read the Bible over and over again. For
You don't believe in Revelation until it happens, till it's right on top of us.
No, okay, dude. It was never going to be in the Bible. Athanasius was in a power struggle with another bishop. That they didn't like it.
You're right. First John actually only got in during the Council of Nicaea by a couple of votes. It almost got voted out.
Give me the Book of Enoch. I want the Snyder cut of the Bible. Okay.
Book of Enoch is not even written until
Gary, it's called the Book of Mormon.
There you go. So the Book of Mormon's the Snyder cut of the Bible. Is that what you just said?
No. I was saying it.
Dude, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Cutting in the
It's Snyder cut.
If you want to get
jokes, they're all jokes. Can I finish the super chat? Let's go.
Additional scripture, the scripture that's
Book of Enoch is freaking rad to read. Okay, Book of Giants. I'm all down with all of it.
Dude, the Snyder cut of the Bible is exactly what that is.
Yeah, well, I prefer it then. There you go. Shad, I emailed you a couple of weeks ago about water jet cutting a blade profile for your carbon filter sword. Let me know.
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber. Sorry, carbon fiber.
I'm sure I saw
sword.
that email. I need to check. Sometimes they disappear in the junk folder, so I'll have to.
The Country Scholar for $49.99. I am happily rewatching the 90s Batman series in protest. Good, because Batman the Intersectional series is complete garbage through and through. What I wouldn't give for a live-action Batman TV show in that style. On another note, shout out to Razor Fist, hail Razor Fist, and George Alexopoulos. Goes to the Badlands is extraordinary. It is quite good, actually.
What's that?
Go get it. It's their book. Razor Fist came out with it a couple months ago. I think it was a couple months ago. Available on Amazon. And I think other places too, but that's the one I know right now. But I think Razor Fist has links. Go there. Highly recommend it. Big fan of French comics, the bande dessinée, and it's done kind of. There's a blend of Western and manga and influences of pulp. Fucking Razor Fist is a really good writer.
Like
He's
heavy metal.
Talented. Yes, like
the
Metal
old heavy metal?
Hurlant. Yes, like he's a big
that's what I
fan.
used to like a lot.
Dude, that was the best part of going to Paris, France. Was they sell comic books on fucking carts along the river. Like you can buy comic books everywhere. Like it's
Really?
yeah. And the stores there are extraordinary. They're so fucking good.
Dude, I used to fucking love that. I got back in the day when I wanted to be a comic book artist before I knew they don't make any fucking money. I used to win these Joe Kirby contests they had at the comic shop, and that's what I got. I got a Frank Miller Sin City collected, and I got Hard Boiled Jeff Darrow art, and I got a bunch of heavy metals with my gift certificate.
Hell yeah, Jeff Darrow is good, really fucking good. Andre CR on the Streamlabs side for $69.69. How is Jack Murphy? Hope he's doing well. Gary, tell Quarterback Garrett to give up his nerd card. Nah, he lost.
Why?
He lost a trivia game. Yeah, well, let's find out. He lost a trivia game where most questions were about Star Wars to a comedian of all people. Oh, hey, Kerp. Failing to answer simple Star Wars questions is gay, but not as gay as liking Twilight. Hail idiots 199.
What was the question?
It is cultured to like Twilight and Pride and Prejudice.
What were the Star Wars questions?
I don't know. When did that happen?
Maybe a normal world?
Maybe. Maybe.
It depends the questions. There are some like really autistic Star Wars questions that I freaking have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know everyone. Like Ryan will know them because he's autistic. But I mean, like other than that, most people won't. So.
Like, isn't there a question like, what is the name of the guy that Vader choked out in episode 1?
Yeah, like there are weird. A lot of those trivia questions will involve like actors who played roles or weird shit. On Stargrift the other day, it was like Mahler had this big list of Star Wars trivia that he wanted to ask people, and so we just asked them like the most random ones out of the blue, and actually got them right by guessing.
Yeah.
Like, what one was? What's the maximum number of womp rats that travel in a pack?
If you know that, go fuck yourself. I want to say to everybody watching.
So what is it, Ryan? Because you know it.
What is it, Ryan?
The answer is 20. And I just fucking guessed.
No.
I swear to God, I just guessed and I got it right.
That's hilarious. All right. Gleonard on the Streamlabs side for 50. Hope I got that right. Probably a question for the real BBC, but I can't catch you live then. Well, it's always there though. You can always watch it, but you can't.
I think it's pronounced Glenard.
Glenard. Okay. Are there any websites you recommend where I can buy comics secondhand? I own no comics, but would like to start. Thanks for all of your great content. Hail the Fellowship and Jeremy is gay. There are, it's going on eBay now. It's not super accessible from the app, but there was Whatnot, but eBay's kind of changing that. There's auctions where you can go buy them. Like there's live stream auctions everywhere. But if you want to go to a website that sells back issues, that has fair prices and deal with a very nice guy and yes, he's my friend, Jamie Newbold at SoCalComics.com. SoCalComics.com has one of the best, maybe not as much as Mile High Comics, but he's a lot more normal than Chuck Gradansky from Mile High Comics. And he doesn't do kid shows with certain automatic transmissions. So yeah, I would say, go to that one instead. Listen, before I knew I went to Mile High Comics all the time. Their ads were in the comics all the time. But if you look into the owner, he might not line up with some of your beliefs, we'll just say.
Dude, do you know what I miss, or what I think I really liked? I always thought they should have made a thing was martial law.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It took me forever to find a copy of Super Babylon, all the ones I didn't have, and I got
they have them now. It's a lot easier to find them.
I got a book of all of it.
Yeah, but back in the day, you could not. It was very difficult. Bitcoin guy on the Streamlabs side for 50. On behalf of 2,500 people that you have been waiting for Rumble stream to start, I demand X-ray goo. Oh, wait.
People.
She's blaming you. She's blaming you.
I blame all the white people.
Yeah. X-ray girl either eats a banana live on a stream or takes off her sweatshirt. Terms are not negotiable. Hail the FNT. No.
Wow.
No. You know what?
Why not?
I'll compromise. Ryan will eat a banana, or Quarter Black when he comes back will take off his sweatshirt, or Shad. One of the
bananas.
I don't own bananas either, so
Every time I fucking
I
buy
never
bananas,
bought
I eat one and the rest just go fucking rotten.
That's exactly what I do. Fuck fruit.
Exactly.
Oh, you ever have roommates?
Okay.
Let me ask you this. You ever have roommates and go, hey, who ate the last apple?
Oh, I thought you were
No.
gonna say who fucked the. I thought you were gonna say who fucked the fruit, but never mind.
Two uses of bananas when they get a bit, not as pristine.
Bread.
Smoothies and banana bread.
Okay.
Crystal D.
I wondered where that was going.
Crystal D for $99.99. We gotta get through these. Chad. What were you gonna say, Chad?
It's actually useful information.
What is it? I want to hear it.
It's about fucking
I
using
already
bananas
said
for smoothies and shit. No one fucking cares.
Everybody knows that.
Watching FNT for 4+ years, and I wanted my first super chat to be a banger, but a little drunk off old fashions. So screw it. Have 4 years of chats, and $100 is all I got, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I want to say Doctor Who should never have been a gal. Yes. I hate Rings of Power, Galadriel, or Guyladriel. And I like Disparu's lesbo haircut. Love you guys, except Ryan. Hail to you. See? You had to let me finish, Ryan. Alan Hines has gifted
Can I say
50.
something?
Yeah, of course.
Disparu's haircut has the power of many.
Alan Hines has
I'm
gifted.
jealous of it.
We all
I would
are.
be honored to have that lesbian hair or anything.
Yeah, and drive a Subaru and occasionally a U-Haul. It's all right. Alan Hines has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. Hail Alan. Hail Alan. Graham Potato for $4.99. Shad, have you had any input with Jazza Games Gate Crash? Also, when are you doing another collaboration with him?
Don't know, nothing's booked, but I haven't had any input on that one.
Peter version 1 for $1.99. Damn, Kerp, you're on here too. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a long time, so I'm glad to be here.
It's been a while. He was starting to think there was something up.
I thought there was something up.
There was. No, I'm just kidding. There wasn't. Gay Carpenter 77 for $10. No, Kurt is awesome because Kurt understands. So sometimes you'll send me a text and then it'll be months and I get another text and it just respond. It's this, and we're dudes. So we don't get you haven't texted me in 15 minutes. It's none of that gay shit.
These young dudes, that's how they do. That's how they feel a lot of times.
Freaking love Kurt.
It ain't like when I was growing up.
Welcome to Texas, dude. Now we can hang. This is freaking great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm Mothership all goddamn time. Come out.
Hell yeah. I love the Mother. I went there on kind of its opening weekend when Chappelle showed up. That was fucking epic. And Tony
it's a good club, man.
Tony Hinchcliffe he killed everybody that night, though. We had Rogan on and Bill White and Chappelle, and Tony came out and just killed, for lack of a better term.
Oh, dude, that show now is way better. Kill Tony is like when
Holy
Stern
shit.
used to be good.
Yes.
That's why I would compare it
Kill
to.
Tony
back when
is-
Stern was fun.
Those clips of the Trump impression were
Shane
freaking
Gillis is
hilarious.
fucking
Oh yeah,
awesome.
I went to that one. I was wearing my Zelensky shirt to meet the two presidents.
Gay Carpenter 77 for $10. Just discovered Kung Fu Hot Dog. Love his content. He's like a mutant love child of Benny Hill and Kung Fu Hustle. Look into him and found a clip from him meeting you at a meetup. Very cool. Kung Fu Hot Dog. Go give him a sub, by the way.
Yo, wait, you have an alien podcast?
Yes, I do. Yeah, we've
Really?
talked about it.
I thought so. I thought I dreamt it.
Well, Garrett's literally asked you to come on, but it's okay. It's okay.
No, he hasn't. When? When did he do
on
that?
Normal World, when you're on Normal World.
Well, you got to text me.
I'll
go
text
home.
you. No, it's
If it's
good.
not in writing.
No, dude. We all go through a
I
lot
have
of
to wait
stuff.
till the next Normal
So,
World appearance. to
Every Sunday,
follow up?
every 5:30, every Sunday we do Forbidden Frontier, and we need to have you on. We absolutely need to have you on.
Well, you know why, dude? Because there's a massive part of this people aren't putting together. That's why. I won't say because your monetization.
No, you could say it on Forbidden
It's
Frontier.
the Jews! No, that is a joke. It is not the Jews. It's absolutely not. I just wanted to fuck with your monetization. So
Speaking of, letting go of monetization, it's gone now.
I don't know. I haven't checked. It's probably long gone. Shake from Hunger Team has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much. Benzie has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Just for that joke. That one guy for $10 recommended books for the crew. Codex Illyria by Jim Butcher. I love Jim Butcher. He's a great writer. Dresden Files are fucking cool as hell.
Butcher? His last name is Butcher?
Yeah,
Butcher.
Jim Butcher.
Yeah. That's
Jim
what
Butcher.
my name means. Metzger means butcher.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
My last name means like reader of books.
Really?
Mine
Nerdrotic?
means like
And the irony is I can't read books.
Nerdrotic.
Gary Neurotic. I didn't know it was a joke.
no.
All right,
Beakler.
let's all share what our last names mean. Mine means little stream.
It means we got the little part.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck mine means.
Means racist. and the Red
That's all I
Rising
think
series
of.
by Pierce Brown. 6 of 7 books, but 7 should be out early of 2025. Hey, you know how I feel about unfinished book series. Evil DJ Dude on the Streamlabs side for $10. Hey, Gary and panel. I just wanted to share that I was able to meet and shake hands with Billy Boyd, a.k.a. Pippin, at Critical Role's live show at the Greek Theater. Oh, excellent. Anyways, I've met him as well at Comic-Con. Keep up the great work and hail to the fellowship. P.S. Play first time chatter sound, please. We'll be gentle. We'll be gentle. No, we won't. The Singing Tigs for $5. Kurt, you were hilarious on Matt and Ivanoff podcast. X-Ray, you're Asian and you're not good with tech. Jeremy's gay. Angry Ryan is the best Ryan. Hail FNT.
Wait,
Hail
what
T.
podcast? What podcast did he say? I didn't understand that.
Matt and Ivanoff, Matan.
I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't either.
Thanks, though. I don't remember what that is. Matt and Ivanoff?
Matt and Ivanoff.
What
X-Ray
is
girl.
that?
X-Ray girl.
I don't know.
Well, maybe jog my memory a little because I don't remember that.
If you do, if you do it in math, she'll understand. Black Cane for $10. R.I.P. to Shad's dad. Hopefully he's enjoying a succulent Chinese meal in heaven. This is democracy manifest.
So I can't believe I never knew of that guy before. What a legendary Aussie. He's like, but
Succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis! That's classic shit. I can't believe so many people didn't know about that. Like Stern used to play that clip all the fucking time. All the time.
Before my time.
Succulent Chinese meal. Griff Nizzle for $20. Since it came up last FNT, it's worth remembering despite being a nerd sacred cow, Battlestar remake was the first salvo in modern DEI, repurposing cancer, race, gender, swapping, gayness all over the place.
I agree. I think the old Battlestar Galactica lore was way more interesting than the new Battlestar Galactica.
But
concept better, yes.
Concept, yes.
Conceptually, it was better, yes.
The new Battlestar Galactica has pretty good writing in terms of sci-fi concepts and stuff, but
Really good.
they're on point with a lot of the beginning woke injection stuff that
But that
start
wasn't
to see
written.
now.
So it's like going, Joss Whedon, who's a fucking asshole, and but shouldn't not be working because he's just a fucking asshole who you politically disagree with. But so many people tried to mimic him, and now everybody fucking hates everything about that. And they're right, because they're horrible interpretations and copies of something that only one guy can do and only works really within his world, within his stuff.
Yeah.
And not even all his stuff. Dollhouse sucked.
Would you agree with this? This might be too out there, what I'm saying, but he's like a nerd David Mamet where all the characters speak Mamet speak and not like normal talk.
It's
like,
good
like
for
that.
him. When other people try to do it, it's fucking terrible. And they Joss Whedon, Star Trek, so much of the comic books, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It became something bad, like Jar Jar Abrams' Star Trek, which is arguably probably one of his outside of Mission Impossible, one of his better movies. If it was just that and never made anything ever again, it would have been a fine, fun popcorn movie you could forget about that takes place in an alternate universe. It's fine. But we didn't see what it was spawning is it spawned more of his Trek and Subversion and Kurtzman Trek. So ultimately it is patient zero for fucking up Star Trek. It is. Even though it's probably arguably the best thing in the Jar Jar Trek era, right?
You should go on, it's called MormonMonarch.org or net or something, but J.R. Sweet, prominent Mormon family in Idaho, who was
Do I
put
need a
through the
VPN?
Monarch. No.
Okay.
But he said they would buy the old Star Trek sets for the programming, because to make you think it didn't happen to you, you got to make it fantasy. So they take kids and they dress up in like your favorite costumes.
All right.
And do crazy shit. J.R. Sweet, look him up.
Isaac for $2. Hail the Fellowship 199 and shout out to GCA. Shout out to GCA. Clive Griffins has gifted one Nerdrotic membership for $5. Thank you very much. Jason Yankovic for $5. See, Warner Brothers just nuked the Cartoon Network. I heard that website, website, and now it directs you to sign up for Max. This right after shuttering Boomerang. Yeah, Warner Brothers took a huge fucking bath. So did Paramount. Like,
Warner Brothers basically wrote off like $9 billion on something in losses by like canceling a bunch of stuff, and crazy.
Get your physical media, folks. You want the Venture Brothers. Venture Brothers is coming to Netflix August 16th. So for all of you, hopefully for you, those of you in the UK, if you want to actually watch something fucking good, if you haven't seen Venture Brothers, it's fucking great. Joseph
Phenomenal.
for Brave for $10. Hail FNT in the chat. Thanks for having Kurt on. In my opinion, he's a national treasure. In my opinion, too. We love Kurt.
Thank you, M-I-N-O.
Aaron Pipes for $10. I know Jeremy and Ryan are made money managing working girls at the RNC. They made lots of money, by the way. That's why Ryan dialed his videos down to 900 a month instead of 1,000. But we'll do this. But who will do this for the
Don't
DMs?
you mean working guys? It's well known.
According to the reports about Grindr, maybe.
It's the whole government.
Was there an uptick during the RNC or
there was memes
a massive uptick?
Yeah, there was memes
in
about
Milwaukee.
it.
Hey, dude, remember fucking Richard Spencer? Remember that guy, Richard Spencer? That guy's gay.
I don't believe Richard
Super
Spencer
gay.
was at the RNC though.
No,
I can believe he's at the DNC.
Dude, it's just coming from a good school or a good place. Disparu, you were touching on before. If you you got it. It's like being multilingual, like learning another language, sucking a dick. If you're in the high class, do you know what I mean?
Same thing. It's like Spanish class,
Wow,
except it's
if that's
cocksucking.
true, then I'm bilingual.
Proverb? What is that?
I'm trash, so I didn't learn to suck it.
But what will they
top
do?
and bottom of society know this.
It's a power bottom society. But
hang on, do you guys miss Chrissy's joke?
It's fine.
No,
I heard
Chrissy,
it.
Chrissy,
I
go.
heard it.
Sorry, go.
I won't retell it.
Why?
You said sucking dick is like a foreign language, and I said, well, I guess I'm bilingual then.
Oh yes, that's right. No, not for. If you don't that's why all those rappers have to be gay if they don't want it. Whatever you're not
And
into.
they all are
if you're
bilingual.
Will Smith, you got to be straight. Will Smith has to fake straight. These other people have to do gay shit. Whatever you don't
And
like,
that's why
what you gotta
he
do.
freaks out and punches a guy because of all that repressed, closet.
It was a slap. It was a
To be
flap.
fair, if you were married to her, you probably would be as well.
You know what? Fuck all that. I want him to resurrect his career and give us a sequel to Bright. I love Bright. But what will they do for the DNC? Child labor laws would seem to forbid that.
Wow.
Josh Kelsey for $19.99. He jumps that and walks away because that's what Josh does. Thank you very much. Bobo Yogi for $5. No more super chats. Chat, really stop until Dan Vask releases the song. Boycott Nerdrotic. Blame on how gay man buns are. So no super chats, no super chats. Well, it's coming out. I think we're getting a demo soon. He wrote it in 9 hours, and it's because I gave him such brilliant lyrics. He didn't need to change anything. And the music and the lyrics were so good, they actually wrote the music. I wrote the greatest song of all time, and I can't wait for you to hear it.
Well, this is the
I
thing.
would
I'm
love to hear
actually
it.
expecting it to be his greatest performance ever so far.
In all honesty, I think he's crazy to put it on his main channel. I think he's fucking insane. Don't do it. Just put it on Twitter. You don't have to put it on your main channel. It's never part of the bet, dude. I'm telling you. You don't want to drive off all those Celine Dion fans you just got. Johnny Blower.
Have you seen her lately? Woo.
Yeah, poor thing.
Yikes.
She
Adrenochrome withdrawal is tough.
Shit. John Blower for £2 proper money. Kerp here on the stream. Am I tripping balls? Yes, but he's still on the stream. Vila Idiot for $9.99 for Chrissy. How much, if at all, do you change your show based on the tone of the audience?
What?
What show?
You mean like their skin
Show.
tone? That's
Show.
racist.
How much?
Like stand up?
Yes.
No, not much.
Hopefully
Okay,
they bought
good
tickets
answer.
to see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Cease and Desist for 10 British pounds. Sick as goddamn dog right now. I'll catch this tomorrow. Hey, thanks for letting us know. Catch it tomorrow. If you, for some reason, that will happen, if it hasn't already happened, it's going to happen soon. You can't watch it on YouTube. It'll be on Rumble. Tomato truck for $5. Good afternoon, peeps. This week's underrated band, Tungsten. Highly recommend. Tungsten. There you go. Battle Hymn 63 for $5. Hell yes. It's about time Kerp came back. You're right. We suck. No. Mr. Wilson for 10 euros. Disparu. Don't forget, before all the ITV grooming stuff with Schofield. Schofield. I'm retarded. Sorry. He spent years on, I'm sorry I got some fucking pedo's name wrong. He spent years on children's shows on the BBC, and that was when Savile was still about. Mm-hmm.
Savile's a one-man grooming gang. I mean...
Dude, they took down his monument. They took down his fucking grave. They hit his grave. Yeah, that's crazy.
There's national treasure. Thomas, he was like John D. Like he was the court wizard.
Jesus Davila, thank you for gifting one Nerdrotic membership. Hello, all. Been listening to you guys for a year, and this is my first time super chatting. I am 21 today and wanted to say hi. Gary, when are you...
What the fuck? Sorry.
We needed some music anyway.
Yo, my phone just put on Tungsten.
Hey, Siri. Hey, Google. Yo. Hey, Siri. What happened to Gary, when are we getting a Northeast meetup? Hail to the Fellowship Northeast. Hail to the Fellowship. Hail to the 199. Have a good one, everyone. We have a meetup coming up. It's not in the Northeast. We have coming up San Antonio. So if you want to make your plans, it's during SpaceCon. Details coming soon. A lot of people are going, and we're this is like my hometown meetup. Can't wait. Quelndar on the Streamlabs side has donated $200. Says hail the Fellowship. Hail Quelndar. Hail Quelndar. All right, we're gonna mosey on through these. Let's go. Lead Smith 93 for $19.99. Gary, first time super chat. Found you through the Unsub podcast. Hail the Unsub podcast. Donut, Brandon, fucking great guys, and I can't wait to be back. And we need to have them on here. We need to get them on here.
That'd be good.
Yeah, They're local boys. And through that, I found the rest of the FNT question. Would you ever have Eli double tap on FNT? Sure. You know, we call out a lot of stuff here, but we don't judge. His humor and love of film would be great to show. Hail the Bishop. Eli, yes, we have to get them all on. I just talked to Eli. Well, we text a couple days ago. Eli's a good dude. He stays in touch. They also do a lot of great work for autism and stuff. It's fucking awesome. TJ Jordan for $10. Over 3 weeks late, but I'm finally here to back up my boy Shad. The 2015 The 2015 Cinderella film is the best Disney live action. And if Gary is still unconvinced, what's wrong, McFly? Chicken? No, I'm just not gay. I'm not going to watch it. I mean, it's okay if you watch it.
It's a good movie, man. Don't sleep on it.
No. Dude, here's how you watch live action Cinderella. You're there with your daughter.
Yes.
Or you're not seeing it. And you have a daughter, that's fine.
I wouldn't let a daughter watch it. Look, Disney sucks now, but all that other shit, the princess program, like, why are they doing that? That princess shit sucks.
Why get their hopes up?
We thought a revolution in this country did not have
that. Philip Poole for $5. Shad, I trust you. I take your word for it. Best live action Disney. Okay. Philip Poole for $5. Why, for the love of Razor Fist, hasn't any studio remade a modern version of They Live? Kurt could play a modern Roddy Piper. He could, but he would have
I will do the exact fight scene with David Lucas.
Yes.
We will do the drawn out.
We just have to fire up CERN and go into a completely different reality where somebody can make it.
Dude, I forgot I was I thought I was a year older during the pandemic. I thought I was turning 47, but I was only turned 46. And I think it's because of CERN, and I was jerking off so much I jerked back in time.
So you had
It's not just one thing.
No, it was a combination of CERN and jerking off gave you a Mandela effect.
Mhm,
Okay.
at the exact right time.
You reached the singularity of jerking off.
That's a lot. Hell, that's fast.
You can goon back one full year.
Big Ounce for $5 says Hail FNT versus battle question. Gary, who would win? Thor versus Wonder Woman? Comic versions. My pick is Wonder Woman because she can take on soups.
I would say Wonder Woman.
I would have to give the edge to Wonder Woman. Yes.
Who's I blanked out.
Thor versus Wonder Woman.
Comic book versions.
Comic book version.
Thor wouldn't a god be more than an Amazon? I know she was sculpted from clay.
She's effectively a god.
She's effectively a god. So
I don't think that S&M trumps the S&M. The creep who came up with Wonder Woman. The fucking weirdo that came up with Wonder Woman.
He was a weirdo.
That's polycule fucking diaper furry.
But okay, I mean, I guess we'd have to get into eras. We'd have to get into eras and stuff because
she has a lot too.
Well, the golden age era. It wasn't her weakness bondage. Like Thor
is a god. So I mean, but you'd have to go to eras because they've really amped up Wonder Woman's powers quite a bit over time.
They have.
Yeah. Nothing to envy. For $19.99 to Chris Gore. He's not even on the show. He's at, you know where he is? He's at D23. What's up, Chris Gore at D23? The coffee table.
I wonder if she has a dick. That's how powerful she is.
Well, Wonder Woman, she does now. She's a DC. To Chris Gore. Accurate. Watched the coffee table and loved it. We talk a lot here about the garbage not to watch. Would love more recommendations on stuff actually worth watching. Hail the Fellowship. Watch The Gentleman. The Gentleman is a series on Netflix. It's fucking fantastic. It's the best thing I've seen this year.
Have you guys seen this movie? And I'm telling you, it's a great fucking movie, and nobody has seen it. It's by a fellow Mormie of Shad's people. Gentlemen Broncos.
Don't know that one.
By Jared.
Gay sex?
No, it's called, Sam Rockwell, It's about getting your work ruined by Hollywood. It's like a metaphor. The guy who made Napoleon Dynamite, Jared and his wife.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
Dude, Gentlemen Broncos got terrible reviews. It's one of the funniest fucking movies I ever saw. It's funnier now if you watch it. Now I think it's even funnier.
Yeah, if you want old movies, but what's come out this year, Gentlemen, by far is the best thing I've seen as far as TV shows are concerned. And something coming up on September 15th. Tulsa King season 2. Fucking love. Sylvester Stallone is so fucking good in that. Season 1 was great.
I've been rewatching the Blacklist series with James Spader.
My buddy's in Dante Nero. I don't know what Dante. Would you?
I watched the first season of that, and I enjoyed the first season of Blacklist.
It's good for quite a while. It does eventually kind of go off the rails, but Raymond Reddington still stays one of my favorite villains of all time. He's such a great actor.
Sorrow for YouTube. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Ryan. What's up?
I was just saying, the show went on for too long. It went 10 seasons or something insane, but there was a lot of good shit for a procedural. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was entertaining. Spader's fucking awesome in the right roles. I don't think he was the right guy for Ultron, but he would be perfect as some sort of fucking superhero villain.
Yes. Sorrow for YouTube for $4.99. Thank you. Thank you, one, for today's show in advance of my GMA is coming off life just at now. Sorry. She's not going to make it, and I need a good laugh to get through. Oh, Grandma. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Sorry. I butchered that too.
Get boosted.
No. Too late for that. Too late for
that.
How
could Biden have got COVID if he had 5 boosters? That doesn't even make sense.
It does not.
5.
It's literally impossible to get it.
And he got it at such a convenient time.
If Batman had a parrot for $4.99, RLM, they have gone full retard. What, Red Letter Media?
Red Letter Media.
What do they do now?
On what?
Who knows?
I think people are making a little too big of a deal out of it, personally. But
out of what?
Oh, Red Letter Media had a little streak there of putting Ryan's thumbnails, my thumbnails. They put my clip from Glenn Beck, and then they went after Chris Gore. And I honestly, a lot of it is naivete. They just didn't.
It is,
yeah,
100% naivete. And there's a bunch of these people, even your boy Zach, who I like a lot, and I really do like that dude. They all are like, don't want to acknowledge the level of the problem. So your thumbnails are great. That's why that weirdo just tried to smear you with bots or whatever the fuck. The thumbnails are great. And the thing, like, I understand, that we just looked at an article of like, oh, they talk about wokeism. It drives me up a wall hearing people talk about wokeism like I made it up.
Yeah.
Yo, first of all, black people never fucking said that. I've been around black people for many, many years in many parts of the world. Never heard that before the Erykah Badu tweet. Maybe some people said that shit with the weird dashikis or something, but I don't believe you. But let's say woke was a thing black people said. You know what it meant? It meant conspiracy theories. It meant we didn't land on the moon. That's what the fuck that meant. And you know what? All my black friends in New York, I apologize to each and every one of them for dismissing their conspiracies. The government definitely made AIDS. That's real. And Lyme's disease. Yep. What? Of course they did. Why would I think
it's an unfair system? It's an unfair system that takes persecutes certain classes because it's easier to persecute them as far as income is concerned, because they know they can just churn them out through a system. It's completely unfair, and a bunch of Trump supporters got to see that firsthand that a lot of people didn't.
That's what I hope. I hope a bunch of people saw how the shoes on the other foot, and they don't get caught up in bullshit race shit, because you could see. We're all in the same equity of you're a peasant. You ain't shit.
You ain't shit.
That's the people above you. You should hate you if you want to be mad, but not your neighbor.
But to say this stuff isn't going on at this point is you're a sweet summer child.
I didn't introduce these stupid gay retard words. They just suddenly appeared for people who then have the nerve to go, "Oh, what are you worried about? Woke? That's not even a thing."
What are you getting? Don't get hung up with the word. Then forget it. Use the message, which I think is actually a better term. The message is a far better term that it describes more, because woke was getting conglomerated into a bunch of like intersectionalism and it's like no, and originally
came out of the
so it got co-opted, but a better term, honestly, is the message, and that message is in everything, and it's public fucking knowledge. They put it on their websites, for fuck's sake.
Right. Yeah, no, they come out and say it openly and then tell you like
so
you're crazy.
To deny it's happening and it isn't some sort of whether it's it doesn't come from certain groups, certain economic forums is insane at this point to not believe that, because they fucking tell us all the time.
Yeah,
I can pull you 10 clips.
Dude, there's a bunch of people that are like,
and then they deny it when it catches on.
Remember during the pandemic, like just get the shot so we can get back to our life, like that kind of stupidity. Make all those clickbait things you want, dude, because guess what? When woke's been dead since October 7th, even if people don't fully know yet, when it's really dead and a bunch of people are going to pretend like they never liked it, we got to carve the swastika in their head like at the end of Inglourious Bastards, so they can't go back to regular life and pretend they weren't in on it. So that's why your work's important. It's not even bad. So it's important to destroy that forever.
And you're going to see a lot of like cringe shit like Borderlands, and those are just holdovers. Remember, Hollywood, and as far as Hollywood is concerned, it takes a minimum 3 years to turn anything around. Anything. If they turn
Hollywood always sucked. It was always garbage, even when you liked it.
It's where trends go to die. They don't innovate anything. 427 Arbach for $10. Coke Powers. Oh, Coke Powers. That confirms Gary is in fact Snowflame in retirement. True. Yes, Snowflame. One of my favorite characters.
Yeah. He had real powers.
Cocaine is my god, and I am the instrument of its will. Snowflame.
You know what? You proved Snowflame was a viable character.
Yes, damn straight, man.
Fair enough.
John the Beard for 10 Chilean pesos. Feminism for you. We escaped tyranny and came here. My mother was almost beaten to death in front of my eyes. They burned and cut me open. Literally had less than 20% to survive. Where is my privilege? Well,
is there any context to this at all? I don't understand the story.
Well, it's probably talking about like, honestly, a bunch of fucking woke idiots out there talking about privilege. Yeah, where's my privilege? When I got a dump truck fucking lawyer and went to fucking prison, I'm white. I was carrying the card. Where was my fucking
privilege?
Well,
you know what it is? The privilege is they take things that are your basic rights that you're just supposed to get, and then they tell you they're privileges. So when that stupid Peggy McIntosh bitch from, of course, Madison, Wisconsin, put out the white privilege knapsack. First privilege is calling it a knapsack, you.
Yep.
Heiress, nepo baby bitch. But all the privileges are just rights.
Yep.
If black people aren't getting those privileges, that's worse because they're their rights. It's a slick move to try to make you, I shouldn't be able to say what I want, even though I'm just supposed to have that out the gate. They call it privilege. That's the trick. They call it a privilege.
Yep. Switching around those words. Aaron Pipes for $10. Chrissy knows all about Trump trying to steal the election. She was in the secret meeting he had in the Pope's basement planning the coup.
I wish he fucking did. What are they talking about? We wouldn't have had this Ukraine bullshit.
D for $20.
Would that have been bad?
Don't help Ukraine and you'll get a second Pearl Harbor. So uneducated about history, it's revolting.
No, you're a fucking moron, dude. What is that, Peter Zeihan? That cunt? What are you, Peter Zeihan? Fuck you, dude.
Don't
help Ukraine.
Peter Zeihan. Oh, he was on Joe Rogan.
The worst. By the way, the idiot that wrote that, I hope they're joking because
they're probably joking.
We didn't help Ukraine. We killed off over 500,000 of their fucking men with our bullshit Miss Lindsey Graham's hard on for fucking war with Russia. We didn't weaken Russia. They're doing better than us.
What really was damaging to Ukraine was us allowing NATO to continue to entice them and continue to pretend like it would be okay for them to join NATO and Russia wouldn't.
They're not.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what
also arming Nazis when Jon Stewart, I can't say this enough, put a fucking medal on a real Nazi at Disney World. Walt Disney's dream finally happened. Jon Stewart, because he had to make up for saying the Wuhan lab shit on Colbert. Yeah. Go look it up. The Warrior Gray Zone. Mate and Blumenthal do great work. They have the pictures of this guy with the black son of Himmler's SS on his elbow. Those are real Nazis, not Gary, a guy whose business was ruined by woke horse shit. So now he does this, and God bless him. I hope that's the thing. They don't like what you're doing. They shouldn't have ruined your goddamn business.
Flint AEA for $5 reports from the UK that citizens of other countries with social media posts that lead to violence in the UK can be arrested. Okay.
4,000 people almost, or 3,400 people they arrested for tweets.
And it's not lead to, it's could be interpreted as inspiring. So basically anything.
I wonder if they're going to keep, if I put up a bad tweet, would they keep me from coming to your country?
I don't know.
Jimmy gets to go.
You fucking fascist to that stupid post they made yesterday. So I'm pretty sure I'm not welcome in the UK right now.
Well, does everybody know what fascism is? So do you know what it is?
Yes.
It's not taking your kid to a drag show. What fascism is? Okay? It's the fusion of government and corporate power. So,
corporate power, yes.
So the twats, and by the way, the F slur to gays, fascism comes from fasci, a bundle of sticks.
A bundle of sticks in the axe, yeah.
So really, if you translate it, it's F slur-ism. But all those fucking all these people have no idea what it is. It's not Nazism. That's racial socialism, and then fascism is where, the Italians would let Jews be part of it as long as you're a citizen. And then some dickhead just mashed it all together, and then you see blue hairs talking about it.
Fascism is another offshoot of socialism.
Yes. Deviant for $19.99. Hot Dragon Season 2 is not as strong as Season 1. No, it wasn't. But it was still solid. 7 out of 10 show.
Why?
I agree.
Why wasn't it as good? Did they lose a writer or something?
Let me finish Super Chat, and I'll tell you exactly why it wasn't good. Can't wait for the battles to come. It's not your fault. Wonder how Amazon's Fourth Wing and Disney's Aragon. I want to say Aragorn. Both upcoming shows with dragons will compete. I don't think they will. It's still a great show. HBO kind of fucked the show, and the strike kind of fucked the show. So they were supposed to get 10 episodes. They were supposed to get 10 episodes, and they got 8. And they had already written for 10. And then when it was cut off, they couldn't rewrite because of the writer's strike. So
it ends on a letdown.
Blue balls, total fucking blue balls.
Massively.
It basically sets up to a big battle that they're making you wait till next season.
But the season was still good. I
Still really
enjoyed it.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. The overreactions have been full blown for this show.
Yeah.
It's
I
insane.
didn't like
some
the
of
last
fucking people
part
out there.
of the last episode, and I thought it was fucking cringe. The last scene was cringe, but everything before that was fine.
It was a bad scene.
It was a bad
yeah.
scene. It was poorly executed, but it still needed to happen. And it will, if they don't go full intersectionalism and they take Rhaenyra on the path they're going to take her, it will make sense.
Right. Everything has been like teased in terms of like what's coming and what's going to happen to Rhaenyra, and like nobody wants to believe it or wants to read into it. Even the fucking title of the episode, like I said, she now believes this is her fucking destiny and is preordained.
Preordained by God.
A lot of
by
these
gods.
fucking people didn't want to
By the
listen
gods.
to me. But yeah, there it is.
By the gods she doesn't believe in at all. So it's like maybe she's starting to, just to convince herself she's got the power and she has the divine right to take it. And everybody's all Team Rhaenyra. It's like, okay. Jack Daniels for $7.99. 1880 in McKay. 1880 is in McKay, where a 10-meter crocodile was shot it from the top of a pub during a flood. Thank you. 10 meter. 10 meter.
That's a 30 foot
Oh.
crocodile,
What?
yeah.
Does that
10
exist?
meters? No, that's not 30 feet.
It's like 33 feet. Yeah.
Is
10 me-
dude,
oh, 10
crocodiles
meters.
get 33 feet.
That's
Shad, do
very
crocodiles? Wait, anybody from Louisiana?
I'm trying to picture that. That's I
That's a
Fucking
dinosaur.
alligators in Louisiana, motherfucker.
No,
that's
alligators,
massive.
crocodile. Yeah, whatever. They're big fucking lizards, whatever they are.
I gotta go get ready for the shows, dude.
Hey,
But thanks for having me
Kurt,
back.
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Either way, go watch my favorite show, Swamp People. Well, it used to be. It was so good. With a killing.
Shoot him, Clint. Shoot him.
Yo, yo, yo. Baron Von Tossington has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you. Angela Lopez for $5. Hey, guys, I think Mama KK and Lucasfilm will be on the chopping block when the Rey movie comes out in theaters, just like the MCU with the Marvels. You mean the Rey movie that wasn't mentioned during the earnings call at all? Kind of funny. Yeah. Hey, did the Skeleton Crew trailer come out? Anybody know? Anyone? Anyone?
I'm not going to be as invested in like keeping up or like laughing at cringe about that, because it really is like a fucking
kid show. It's a kid show.
Like it's supposed to be, yeah. So I'm not going to be as
I'm not going to
care as much about that
cover it at all. My sign is
canceled unless they do something weird like have a fucking trans kid or some shit, you know.
Yeah, like
obviously, but
like there's a full pronoun episode or something like that. Yeah. My sign is canceled for $10. Looking forward to Gina Carano's interview with Sean Ryan on August 12th.
Ooh.
Panel question, betting pool. How low will Disney's stock price go before the activists are removed from Lucasfilm? As low
I
as
don't
it
think
needs
that'll
to
have
go.
anything to do. I don't think they're connected.
No.
I like the Disney's stock problem right now has a lot less to do with Disney Star Wars or Lucasfilm than it does with the future like attendance at parks. Like,
it's
parks. And also when you look at the grand scheme of how much money they've lost from like this current state of linear television and advertisements on linear television over the last several years, that's a big part of why the stock prices at this point, not just Disney Star Wars.
Yep, you're absolutely right. John Doe for £5 British. Borderlands is apparently anti-comedy. That's a black hole for humor. Faithful adaptation then. Oh, there you go. Thunderbow for $19.99. If you want to beat VP Giggles and Tampon Tim and you live in Pennsylvania, check out the Grassroots PA Chase Project led by Cliff Maloney. It's an app for canvassing low propensity voters. Be the change you want to be. I got 6 people registered. That's great. Good for you. Slick KMZ for $4.99. A hole is a hole, quote, is the Mormon, Catholic, and proper Brit all facepalm. Yeah. Eric Heffelfinger for $20. Harris is perfect for Hollywood. They both enjoy shoving things down their throats to get ahead. Stevie IM1 for €5. You want to know how bad the BBC is? Check out the statue in front of their building. I've seen it. Aaron for $10. The chart looks like it's Bohemian Grove camp teams. That chart you were showing, that's good. That's actually good. Flat Earth Disciple for $5. Don't you guys let anything stand in your way. The hate against you is a stage psyop by corporate elite as you threaten profits. I don't let it get in like that stuff. It was a week ago. And it doesn't get in my way at all. That's what they ultimately wanted. They want you to be distracted, right? It's not going to distract me. No way.
They threaten their own profits.
It achieved nothing, really.
No.
Like it was
it's
just...
the fucking internet. It's the fucking internet. It's pixels, okay? That's all it is. Eric K for $2. Jeremy, the Harley Davidson crap was in the Cobra. Was in the Cobra. That's from Eric K. The Modrotic Eric K. Azabe Bay. Did I get that right? X-Ray Girl. Thank you. $4.99. My favorite part of Deadpool Wolverine was Harley Davidson appearing with the Red Lantern ring. That one guy for $2. Temples! My temples. If Batman had a parrot for $1.99. Tractor Supply also went woke. Yes, they did.
Sadly, yeah.
And turned around very quick once it got exposed.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, shit. Woke Tractor Supply. That tells you, like, yes, it was just a program that was introduced at the WEF and a bunch of fucking dipshits, because some of these corporations are just trading board members and bankers who have no experience in whatever it's just product to them, and it has nothing to do with the product. It's can you travel the seas of corporatism, like how you navigate this.
I'm sure all the black, gay, and trans farmers out there really appreciate it.
They did. Dude,
yes, all the cornhole farmers.
The Black Farmers Association basically was trying to boycott them after they rolled that back.
Well, dude, listen to the board member from Harley Davidson. You're like, this guy's on the board of fucking Harley Davidson motorcycles? Really? Scotty doesn't know for $2. Yes, Harley Davidson and Dunkin' Donuts went woke. Yes, Scotty doesn't know.
Not my Dunkin'.
I don't know if they went woke, but yes, they did, because they wouldn't take part in that Rumble and X. So we're going to talk about it in the bonus hour. We'll talk about it in the bonus hour. Scotty doesn't know for $2. The newest boycott is Dunkin' Donuts. Han for $1.99. I thought this was FNT, not Forbidden Frontier. It's Forbidden FNT this week. Eric Charman that's a Kurt Metzger appearance anywhere. So I fucking love Kurt. I absolutely love Kurt. And he's shouted this show out and like behind the scenes had our back forever. And he's just a genuine good dude. And that's how he is, and I fucking love him.
Really is.
So
yeah, it's heaps of fun.
Dude, and he's funny.
It's just been a wild ride.
He's like a derailed train that never like falls over.
No,
you're just
he's
like, wee.
freaking great.
It's great.
Aaron Charman for £5 for the demonetization. Thank you. It's all good. It's all good. TJ Jordan for $5. It's Friday, which means movie night, pizza, soda, and a couple of hours. I can't have any of that right now. Watching you awesome people on FNT. Have it for me. Thank you all for what you do. Hail, thank you, brother. Sebastian Howard for $2. I'm banned on Twitter. They didn't even tell me why. That's gay. That's super gay. Well, did you do something? Like, listen, when I get banned, I don't go the elites are trying to shut down my channel. It's like, the first thing you should always ask yourself as a content creator is, did I fuck up? It's probably me. Okay? Because 9 out of 10 times, that's what it is. Simon Ho for 2 Canadian pesos. What's up, Simon? There's no omelet, just broken eggshells to walk on. Ooh, that's very good. I like that.
Ooh.
I like it. Jason Yankovic for $2. Gary, Coke Fu was strong and theirs was weak. TJ Jordan for $5. With all the talk of war in Hollywood, I'm just going to quote a famous line. You want to go to war? You want to go to war? You're going to get one. Oh, they got one. This is the squirming of an industry that's well past maturity, and has no way of buying their way out of it. See, when corporations reach maturity, if they're big enough, they can buy their way out of extinction. Disney. So Disney's claiming all these profits and stuff. A lot of it's coming from, for one, they weren't there. But a lot of the stuff on streaming is either what's left over of ESPN or Hulu. Disney Plus is not profitable, never will be profitable, and will be melded into Hulu. Absolutely, it'll just become a section of Hulu. It's kind of already happened. Grimnack for $5. Living in Billings, Montana. Hail the fellowship. No fly zone established and military choppers on Overwatch. We are keeping him safe here in Montana. Trump 2024. Good thing he was in Montana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What happened to his plane? It's just like, did he have a female pilot or something?
They just said it was. They just said it was a mechanical issue. That's what I saw a couple hours ago. So,
jeez.
Sorry. Retro Mando for $4.99. Has House of the Dragon lost benefit of the doubt with you all? Second half of the season got slack from trust gain from season 1, but how they've lost the trust. Now they've lost the trust for me. Well, Game of Thrones, this is where I think everybody fucked up. Game of Thrones they were so fortunate to get back the trust from people after season 8. I mean, that was a fucking miracle. And for HBO to come out on high and for the writers to not change anything and not expect a strike, because everybody fucking knew that strike was coming. Everybody. So everybody fucked up. They honestly should have left it at aside from Daemon's arc ending, they should have left it off with episode 7. That was a great ending right there. I think a lot of people would have been okay with that.
People are so brain rotted about this shit now that if there had literally just been a 5-minute meaningless battle, people would have been like, "Oh my god, it was so great."
Yeah, I didn't want a battle. I wanted I wanted something that was satisfying, and I think there was about 5 other stories I would have rather seen than Rhaenyra and Alicent having another really contrived fucking meeting. Like, that was just a shitty way to end it. And again, if that was just a regular episode and had one after it, I'd feel completely differently.
Yeah, it's the way it ended. But the thing is, like, season 2 has had some legitimately great writing.
Dude, it did. It had a fucking banger episode. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, like, it's still better than
not just one episode though, but we look at Aegon's entire arc, like where Aegon went. Obviously, he wasn't as present in the last couple episodes after what happened to him. When you look at what's going on with Aemond right now, even though Otto was ousted, before the big thing, the small bits that he was in were fucking gold. We know he's coming back in season 3. Damon's arc was outstanding.
Yes, it was.
There was a lot of really good shit.
Simon Strong was really fucking good. What they did with Kristen Cole was fucking great. They did a lot of really good shit, and they actually built up Alicent, who was actually becoming a compelling character. Like, she was in the season 1 too, but like more of a compelling character. And then they completely fucking undid it in that last scene. But if they had cut that out, I would say, hey, she had a good season too. So they could listen. It's not dead at all. No, they could work. They have plenty to work with. And if they come out, but what they need to worry about is the later Game of Thrones fans who haven't read the books, who just want the spectacle. That's not what the books are about. That's not what they've ever been about.
And that's what a massive amount of the audience, that's all they fucking care about. Just being real with the reaction we've seen. And as soon as the season 3 trailer comes out with a bunch of fucking dragons, bunch of fire, bunch of fucking battle, people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, we are so back!" That's gonna be the fucking reaction.
And Team Rhaenyra, man, I'm Team Rhaenyra too, and I'm gonna stay Team Rhaenyra just to watch it happen. It'll be so fucking funny.
See, that last scene, there was too much cope and desperate to try and make her look better when she.
Yeah. Philip Butler for $1.99. The way to stop AI: use it against WF and Democrats. There you go. Steve, I am one for £2 British. Communism has never built anything, only destroyed. You are 100% right. John Platt has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership. Thank you very much. Narsty Boy for $5. I got 99 problems, and they're all bitch related. Yes, you go. Stuart Barham has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership, and David Burchell has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership. Thank you very much. That wraps it up for FNT on YouTube with Kurt Metzger. He was fucking awesome. I fucking love Kurt.
So
man.
Funny.
I do predict this will be.
Demonetized.
There's a very, very good chance it might be a green app exclusive. Very, very good chance. Well, considering the age restricted one, which had nothing wrong, like nothing, absolutely nothing.
Did you fight that?
I did, and the AI said no.
Really?
Yeah. I just, there's a point where I just go, fuck it. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I get that.
But it was last week's with Mueller. They age restricted it. Like, it's fucking bullshit. And I went through it and I covered up a couple of things that I don't care if it was demonetized. I care if it's age restricted. Right.
Yeah. That really hurts you.
And there's no fucking way it should have been. Just no way. But all right. Thanks everyone. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone left super chat donation. Thanks to all the lurkers. Thank you everybody here on YouTube. If you want to continue the show, though, the show's going to go for another hour on the Green app. So follow us there. Do you know how to end this, or do you want me to end?
Yes, I do. I can do it. All right. Oh,
you can do it.
Bye, YouTube.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. So we're still on Rumble. Hello, Rumble. Hello.
Hello.
It sucks that Jeremy's gone, because I wanted to kind of see him argue with Brian about this. But Joe Rogan went out. By the way, he had a special that triggered a bunch of people. Because of course he just made some we're on Rumble now. He made some tranny jokes on Netflix, and that.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dale, dale.